Hello, my name is Matt in the Hat. You do not see me at the moment because I am behind the camera. We are actually today going to be playing some beginner box shenanigans with some great streamers, the Lady Vengeance, DM Nix, and Table Knights, and also with Lady DM Nix. We are going to be jumping into the beginner box together for Pathfinder 2, and not no one here except for me has really played a lot of Pathfinder 2 or any Pathfinder 2. So why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves and the character name that we're going to be playing, and then we'll go over the very basics of the game together, and then we'll get started on the adventure together. If you have any questions at any time, don't be afraid to ask. Um, and we'll get started. So I'm going to go in the order that I have on my screen at the moment. So I'm going to start with DM Nix. Why don't you introduce yourself, DM?
Sure, I am Nix. I run a Twitch channel as well. We have lots of fun together. You play in my Cyberpunk game. And tonight we're doing Ezren the Wizard. See what kind of
Absolutely,
arcane shenanigans we can pull.
for sure. All right. And then I have the Lady Vengeance.
Hi, also known as Vengeance, usually known as OU. I also stream Kick and Twitch, same
Ooh,
username on both. I will be Marusiel, the Elf Rogue.
ooh, very good. And then I have Lady DM Nix.
What do I say?
Yeah,
Hi, my name is Lady Dimnix.
there you go.
I don't usually do this, but I'm here to learn Pathfinder.
You're playing what tonight?
Oh, I'm playing Kira.
Excellent. Good to have
Cool
you
stuff.
here. Yes, you will be a cleric. You have all of the healing things. And finally, but not least, we have Table Knights.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Justin Bryant, aka Gedwin from Table Knights Entertainment, and today I will be playing the part of Valorous or Valoros. It's Valorous spelt in a name format. We all know what it is. I'm a fighter,
You are a valorous fighter.
indeed.
Ex-
What is your Twitch handle,
uh,
Matt, so I can find you and follow
I'll
you and
send
do
it
the
to you.
things. Thank you.
yes, I am Matt in the Hat, and I am wearing my hat, but it's not going to matter today because, we don't have video.
That sounds
Um,
like a crime. I want to see the hat.
I
Damn.
mean, I could probably yoink my video from somewhere else and into here, but we'll figure it out as we go. All right, so welcome, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Pathfinder 2. It's good to have you all here. Um, we are gonna be sort of jumping from this screen to the beginner box screen as we journey together. And you guys will see and hear different things on the screen. You should have a some or some sounds playing, the sound of the seashore. Does everyone hear some ambiance going?
Yep.
All right. If at any time that ambiance is too loud for you or too quiet for you, on the right hand side of your screen, there is a big sort of chat box that's got lots of different buttons at the top of it. The first one is chat messages, and whenever we roll the dice, whenever we want to say something as our character that's not out aloud, just in text, you go to the chat. Then there's going to be a bunch of other things. You won't worry about most of those for now. But what you want, what I'm going to direct you to is the playlists one, which is the third from the end. And you can actually go to global volume controls, and you can actually change the volume of all playlists or all ambience or all interface so that everything is at an even sort of volume for you, and you either don't get deafened or that you can actually hear what's going on. Okay, so we'll direct you to that first because, sometimes these sounds might be a little bit much, sometimes they might be a little bit quiet. So you can go there and you can adjust it as we go. Did everyone manage to do that?
Certainly did.
Yes.
Perfect.
I did.
You did? Great.
Yes.
Um, the next thing that I'm going to take you through real quick is just the format of your character sheet, okay? So we'll just quickly point to things and then we'll get started. If Thank you for the first time chat, Table Knights, really appreciate it. And thank you for the lurk, Drac. We once you open your character sheet, you will see your little picture. You will see a bar on the left-hand side, which is your current hit points and your maximum hit points, your armor class, your perception, initiative, and saves. All of that is on that left-hand kind of section. And anything that has a dice, you can actually click on and do a check for. So, for example, if you need to do a reflex save, you can go to where reflex is, you can click on the dice, it'll come up with a contextual box, and you will just click on roll, and it will roll a dice for you. Why don't you all try a reflex save right now? We're not reflexing anything, this is just to see if you can find your dice and roll it. Perfect, perfect. Good job. Wonderful. Well done, everybody. And so this is going to be the same with all of your other saves, with your perception, everything else. Your ability scores, which you won't need just at the moment, they're at the bottom of the main screen. You will see your little character portrait. You will see what ancestry and class and stuff you are, all there. So that is the very basics of your character. Um, and there will be a couple of buttons which are just above your character portrait. I thought I had done this already. Thank you, Mixnuts, for being here. We are going to pop over to. We're just going to be looking into Ezran for the moment as an example, just so that I can direct you. Now, above your character portrait on your character page, you will see that there are a bunch of circular buttons. The one that you are on says character. So the one next to that says actions. So I want everyone to click on that actions button, and you will see some actions on there. You'll see maybe unarmed attack, you'll see some weapon attacks, and then you'll see a bunch, and I don't need you to click on any of these at the moment, you'll see a bunch of generic, normal kind of things that anyone can do. You don't necessarily need to know all of these rules, don't get freaked out, but these are there if you want to do something during the game, and if you're not sure how it works and if you want to read it, you can. You don't have to. I will be helping you out. I will be leading the way and letting you know how things work anyway. However, if at any time you want to know how things work, you can click on these things. And Kyra has, as an example, clicked on something and then she has put it into chat so that we can all see how administer first aid works, for example. So you can do this with any of your actions. There is encounter actions, which is anything that you can do in encounters. Lots of different things to do there. There's exploration actions, which is the next tab along, which can be while we're just moving about. And there's downtime actions, which probably won't come too much into action here in the beginner box, but we might do it at the end of the session or something like that, just to see how it goes. So that is your actions. The next circle along is your inventory. You don't need to go in here too much, but you can at least look in there and see everything that you have. You should at least have a backpack with some rations and water and things like that, and any weapons that you have, that sort of stuff. It's be fairly mundane, the things that you have, but that is where that is. If you are a cleric or a wizard, the next tab is spellcasting, which will have all of your cantrips and all of your spells, everything that you can cast, that you can click on. It has a button on next to each of the cantrips, next to each of the spells that you can cast. We're not going to click on those just at the moment because we don't want to expend any resources before the session starts, but that is where that is. The next thing we're going to look at, and this is for everybody, is the hand icon, which is the proficiencies button, which is sixth along, and this is your skills. Everybody has skills. Anything that is trained for you is something that has a bonus built into it. Anything that's untrained, you can still try, but you're not going to have as big of a bonus too. And yeah, you can click on any of these skills, and we'll try one now each. Just pick a skill that you would like to try. You click on the bonus beside the skill. It'll come up with another contextual box, and you can just roll the dice. So why don't you all try one skill, and we'll each roll a dice and see how that goes. Excellent work. Well done, everybody. There you go. This is as easy as it is. You just literally pick the skill, roll the dice, and you see the results. You see what's been rolled by clicking on the number, and you'll see any bonuses or whatever that you might have when you do that. That's probably all we need today to sort of get you oriented into your character. Real quick, does anyone have any questions in regard to what we've looked at? I've tried to keep it quick, but I've also, we've also plowed through it kind of quickly.
Seems pretty straightforward.
I have no questions. I understand all things. I am omnipotent.
Perfect. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right. In that case, we are going to go to the introduction. And we are going to set the scene. Boop. Everyone has chosen their hero. Everyone is ready to play. And we are going to make sure the tokens, everyone is ready to begin. Sure. The small seaside town of Otari is known for its fresh fish and skilled sailors, but above all, it's a big logging town, providing valuable wood to the nearby metropolis of Absalom. But for you, Otari is home. You grew up playing on the docks, getting lost in the nearby woods, and hearing the fantastical stories of travellers from faraway lands, tales of terrifying dragons and virtuous knights. Such adventure always seems so distant until today. Word has begun to spread around Otari that there is a problem down at the Otari fishery. Some are saying that some sort of beast is lurking in the basement, feeding on the stores of salted fish. Folks are worried that whatever is eating the fish might get hungry enough to eat the fishes next. you've received a letter from Tamily Tandavale, the owner of the fishery. Inside is a desperate plea for help. With the town guard busy protecting the loggers, she needs a few brave souls to venture down into the basement of her warehouse and put an end to whatever beast that's feasting on her fish. Do you have the courage to face the menace under Otari?
No, I'm a coward.
Beat me to it.
Alright, so as we go, this here is Tamily Tindervale, giving you a little bit of a picture as to what she looks like.
Oh, she's cute. Bless.
Alright, let me just catch up on chat. You guys are just chatting to each other by the looks. Okay, very good. Um, that is her. Um, So every night, from an hour before sundown to an hour before midnight, Tamily opens the ground floor of the town's main fishery to sailors, labourers, and travellers, offering a comfortable and welcoming place to gather for games and entertainment. And so you've done this, you've been here before, you've grown up here, you're used to this. And so the fact that her warehouse might be disturbed is of significance to you as you uh, as you consider things. And so, what we're going to do is I'm going to change the map now, and we're going to navigate you to another floor. So I'm going to activate this. And you probably won't be able to see anything right now. I'm going to grab your tokens and pull them on in here. And we'll be able to move around, and I will describe the area in just a moment as we sort this out. So, here we go. Dip, dip. Okay. So, here you are. Can everyone see their token and see the map that you are on?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you've come down into the basement, so let's read out what this says here. The stairs leading into the basement of the Otari fishery creak with age as you make your way downstairs to find the beast that has been eating all the fish. In the center of the room, between stone pillars holding up the fishery overhead, are barrels filled with salted fish. Two of these barrels, you can see, have been smashed open, spilling their contents on the floor. In the east wall is a large hole opening into darkness. Just a few hours ago, you gathered with a few other adventurers in the office of Tamily Tindervale, where she offered you 10 gold pieces if you could put an end to this menace. She was thrilled when you agreed to help her with this simple task, but as you make your way downstairs, you can't help but wonder if this might be a lot more adventure than you bargained for. So, this is where you have some exploration, you have the ability to move about in the environment and decide what sort of things you might like to do. Keep in mind, this is a written adventure. You don't have full, absolute, like, go anywhere, do absolutely anything. But think about your surroundings. Think about what you can see and what you can hear. Think about your character and what sort of things you might like to try to do. And we will go through with the adventure. Now, one last thing before I hand over to you guys, and when I do, the game is in your hands, and I will just be the narrator. Um, I will say that Pathfinder 2 is written to be fairly tactically difficult, and the numbers are fairly high comparatively to maybe some other role playing games, and you may come across some difficulty. This is the way that the designers have decided to go. You may or may not like how difficult things are. We're going to run it as it says. Um, and if at any time, you're finding this particularly difficult, you can have a chat to me and we'll figure it out as we go. And just know that whether you like this level of difficulty or not doesn't necessarily make it bad. It might just mean your experience is a little bit different, and every table is going to be a little bit different. I run my tables a little bit easier than what the system is written at. I don't think it's bad, I think it's just quite difficult at times, and I like to, I don't know, encourage my players to be able to play their characters without quite as much fear that something bad might happen. Um, but we'll see how we go. We might even not have any difficulties at all, but just out of the box, know that I'm here to help you, and I'm here to make the experience as good as possible. So the situation and your character is in your hands, guys. You can narrate what you would like to do, and we'll continue with the adventure as we go.
So, Valorous being the fighter, I'm assuming I would be going down the stairs first.
Sure.
Um, I would look to Ezrin, seeing how dark it is down here, and I would say, um, Ezrin, can you pop a light on my sword? I don't want us getting surprised.
Sure, we can put a light on your sword if you want. I was going to put it on my staff, but we can put it on your sword. Either one. Someone needs it.
Well, that way, if I stab them, it's like it's blinding them at the same time. You know.
Well, we can't let them keep interrupting our card games.
And Valorous looks a little miffed at that. He's like, "And that's because you keep winning, because you're smarter than me."
Well, you're stronger, so it works out well. It's not like I let you go without a drink.
Uh, Real quick, Matt in the Hat. Chat says our voices are super soft. All their sounds max, and it's a struggle to hear us.
Okay, I will fix that hopefully. Um,
Testing, testing.
Maybe you need to put that soon to be multi class into action. Brave, Sir Robin. I mean,
all right. Well, we'll wait for that feedback. Now, Ezrin, what color light would you like to put onto your
I would
companion's sword?
say bluish, since that's what they seem to have the art style for him be.
All right, sort of a
And the color
bright
in his hand.
blue.
Yeah, kind of like a lightning or frost blue.
All right. How about something like this?
That works.
Oh God.
You can turn down the color intensity if you want, so that it
All
doesn't
right.
have quite the level of color to it.
I
Just
will.
a
I
slight
will
tint.
do that. Yep.
Um, is how do I? I'm trying to ping because
Color intensity 2 should be good.
I've changed
5 is good.
the yeah.
Yeah.
I've changed it. All right. So to ping, you should be able to hold your left mouse button at a place on the map, and it should ping hopefully.
Doesn't seem to be doing it. Can you show me where the bottom of the stairs is so I can move my my fella there? So I'm assuming it's this, but also the structure that or the map that I have in front of me is
Yeah,
confusing me
you're in
slightly.
the front. So if you step, yeah, up around the corner, that's the front. Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. So I would move there, and I would kind of like wave the party with me. While I'm moving forward, I'm gonna like clink the walls a little bit and see if I get any kind of reaction from that noise.
Okay, so you'll start off with the left-hand side wall, and you'll just sort of tap the hilt of your sword on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's solid stone, um, and it makes that solid stone sound as you move your way northwards along that western wall. And you
But
will.
I'm not hearing like any noises from further in. Like nothing's responding to that sound.
Nothing's responding to that sound right now, no. And you will see just in your distance here that there is a lantern that is lit, that is illuminating that area.
Okay. Question about Foundry: is there a way to pan on the map because it's like my
Yes.
my how
Right
do I do
click.
that?
Hold
Oh,
right
thank
click and
God.
move around.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They got all the stuff.
All right. So at that point,
So you're moving north and tapping your hilt of your sword on the stone wall as you're moving around to see if anything's gonna like respond, anything's untoward. I will have that as your action for now. I'll come back to you, obviously, and you can slowly move your character along that wall. I'll go around the rest of the group as to see just an idea of what they would like to do as we start this exploration.
Um, Marisil is really just going to very quietly follow in the wake, watching behind, making sure that she has an eye on everything that's going on,
All right.
just in case something does jump out.
Sure. Well, why don't you go into your character sheet and go to the hand icon, which is proficiencies, and go to stealth and click on the +7 that you have there and make a roll to see how quietly you can move around, as that is what you would like to do. Very quietly. You are
God
quieter
damn.
than a mouse at the moment. You are being extremely stealthy behind the group and keeping yourself silent as a whisper.
Kira said she wants to keep an eye out. Basically, stay in kind of the middle of the group and keep an eye out. Ezran will follow up behind Valeros and help in his search.
Okay.
So while he's helping me, I would kind of whisper to him, I go, Ez, does this place normally have a hole in the wall? Because that seems like
I
a
don't think so.
yeah. That seemed kind of out of place for me. Um, what 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 could knock that down?
Something big or a lot of erosion would be my guess.
Well, I hope it's not bigger than me. And I would step forward a little bit.
Sure. What is Kyra doing in this moment as she comes down the stairs following her stalwart and brave companion Valoros as he starts to explore this underground basement?
Cairo is be keeping an eye out Trying to make sure nothing springs up or acts crazy.
All right. I will keep you over there. All right. Very good. You will notice that the shelves along the walls on the north and the south sides of the room are piled high with general supplies that belong to the fishery. Heroes can see that most of it is not disturbed. The things that are disturbed are two of the barrels. So you'll see the spill on this one here and the one that Valoros is standing over there. Those have been disturbed. Otherwise, at this stage, you.
I had to step off for just a second. Sorry. I had a screaming child. I had to find out what was going on.
No, you're okay. Just happens.
Do you need me to roll anything for Kyra?
Well, she's just being vigilant. So why
Right.
don't we make a search or a seek, which will be a perception check.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to find it. I don't see perception on the skills or the
It is
proficiencies.
not. So it'll be on
Okay.
your character tab on the
That's what it
left-hand
is.
side, and you'll see perception on the left-hand side. Now, for this,
Oh, there we go.
when you click on it, instead of just clicking on the roll, what I want you to do is you'll see a roll mode, and I
Mm-hmm.
want you to change that to a blind GM roll for this check, because a seek
Okay.
check is secret. You don't know what you get, so we're going to just make that blind. Okay, and so now I'll be able to tell Kyra a couple of things based on her secret check here. And so, Kyra, you will be especially vigilant. You're listening. You're keeping all your senses alive, and you can hear a strange chittering coming from the hole in the wall area over to your east. It's hardly audible, but as Valoros is starting to make his way there, you might have a mind to let him know.
Yeah, she said she'd let him know.
Valoros, Kyra lets you know that there she hears, just on the edge of her perception, a chittering coming from that eastern wall.
Valorous kind of looks back there and he goes, a chittering like a big bug,
No, like a rodent.
like a big rodent.
Yes, the ROUSs. Have you not heard about them?
Rodents of unusual size. I don't believe in them.
And as you say that, perfect moment.
What?
How
Are we
dare
trying
you?
to break ourselves first session or what?
I played myself.
As you say that, several large giant rats emerge from that eastern wall. They are massive rats, the size of dogs, emerging from the darkness. The giant rats are rushing towards you, their huge teeth snapping. And so, this is our first chance to. I'm going to just quickly start an encounter here. We are going
Valoros, I
to
told you they were real.
start an
Valorous just
encounter.
screaming as he's waving his sword around. I believe! I believe!
I don't believe they exist. Rah! So in this case, on your character sheet, below perception is initiative, and where it says initiative, there just below where it says is a dice. For everyone except for Mariziel, you will be rolling perception, which should be automatically selected. So you can just go ahead and roll the dice there. For Mariziel, because you were stealthed, because you were sneaking, I want you to click on that perception there, the down, it's like a selection, and I want you to select stealth in that selection, and then you can press the dice to roll. And I will roll for
Want to run that one by me again?
sure. So I'll do it maybe this time, but initiative, you'll see that there's a perception next to it in a drop down menu,
Yep.
and I want you to
Ah,
select stealth from that drop down menu. You got it, and then you can roll, you can press on the button, which is a +7. Very good. Oh well, not so good, but
I'm so stealthy I can't even notice what's going on around me.
indeed. So I will roll for the rats. Hmm. Okay. And I've got 4 people. I do not have Kyra yet.
You should have had Kyra. She got a. Where was it?
She got an
8.
8. Same as me.
Kyra rolled a perception
Perception
check,
check.
not an initiative.
She did too.
Oh. Well, that'd explain it. Here.
All right. Very good. We will
I
leave.
pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry.
No. It will be okay. Now, when we start this encounter, which will just be now, when we do this, if you are going to be targeting a giant rat, you can use select targets, which is on the left hand side. You will see a sort of a contextual bar, and there is token control, select tokens. You'll see a select targets. When you are in range, you can select a target and click on one of those rats that you'll be in range with. And when you roll to hit that, it will automatically compare your roll to the stats of the rat to see whether you hit and do damage and things like that. So that's just there so that automation happens. And keep in mind that when you press select targets, it will bring you off select tokens. So you won't be able to select your token until you go back to select tokens from select targets. So you'll sort of be swapping back and forth from select targets to select tokens a little bit as we go. But we are going to start this encounter, so we press begin encounter. And Valoros, you rolled the best for initiative. As you say, you don't believe, and then suddenly all of these rats emerge, chittering, snarling, and baring their menacing teeth. What would you like to do?
Nobody puts Valley Boy in the corner. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go to actions. Now, uh, I have all of these things, but I don't. It, the game is very slow at loading things, and I don't want to like what you call it, keep people stuck waiting for me. Let's see. The creature stride twice. If you end your movement within melee range, we make a melee strike against that enemy. You can use sudden charge while burrow. Okay, so I guess I would I would do sudden charge.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
because that would allow me to move and attack.
Correct. Yes. So normally, so sudden charge is really good when you're even further away from enemies, but it's still good right now. Normally, it would take you one stride or movement to get to the enemy, and then one attack. So that's two actions to do. What sudden charge allows you to do is to do two strides and an attack. But you don't need to because you're close enough. It's still two actions. It's still worth doing. So that is great. You can move to wherever you would like with those two strides, really. And,
I'm gonna go right here. Um, uh,
and
it seems like there's a grid that I can't see. I assume that's how this is working.
right.
Um, I would like to try and block the rats from being able to get to my buddies. Um, but I assume
Well, we
that's just
can
part of the game.
narrate some of that. So what we would do is we'll do your sudden charge first. All right. So we'll do that first. So you've moved. You're going to target one of those two rats with the select
I
targets.
I think the reason my thing is so slow is because I have hardware acceleration off. I'm gonna try and turn that on after the game. Do I just
Sure.
press strike to roll to see if I hit?
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
You can click your weapon as well.
Okay.
Wow.
So a 14 to hit. Valeros is a little taken aback as these rats start charging toward him. He tries to move forward to get them first. He swings his weapon, but the rat ducks its head at the last second in order to try and gnaw on one of Valeros's legs. And unfortunately, his sword does sort of come short in this situation. You have an action left. You say that you would like to try and block the path for your companions. I would suggest that you, with your last action, do a raise shield,
That's what
and
I was thinking too.
yeah, and this can sort of narrate that you are preparing yourself. Now, maybe that, because of the map and things like that, things might normally be able to move past you and stuff like that. But we're gonna be a little bit, kind to you, and I'll sort of say with your shield raised and with Valoros active like this that you can potentially try to block them from moving through you. Okay, so that is your last action for this turn. You have three actions. Everyone's going to have three actions, by the way. Uh, so we've done three actions on Valoros, and then we have a giant rat. It's going to be the one here that tries to move first. So it is going to try to move past you there, Valoros, but because you are a fighter and because of your narration, we are going to have an attack of opportunity here as the rat tries to move past you. And so you can use select targets, clicking on that rat, and roll your longsword attack against it as it tries to move past. Ooh, we're not
My
doing especially
God,
well. it's
get your shit together, Val.
it's really quite terrifying to you as it sort of seems to duck and dip and dive as it moves past you. It's going to probably be the only one that is able to do so. But Kyra, you see as the rat moves past Valoros, he swings his sword. Unfortunately, he's not quite able to connect with that rat as it makes a biting attack at you. And unfortunately, it will hit you
Oh my god.
for
I'm being
6 points of
dunked on by
damage.
rats.
Now, you can click on your token and you can select damage that's in that chat box, and you will automatically take that 6 points of damage there, Kyra. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm a failure, everyone.
Good job. Well done. And
That hurt.
then, yes, that rat is not going to do anything else. We're going to keep this going, keep this moving. So we're up to the next rat, which is this one, and it's only going to get to here. And Valoros, it's going to make an attack against you. As it can't, well, it could move further, but I'm just going to move it here for the moment. Actually, it will move to this square, but it will still attack you. Alright, and it's going to try and strike you. And it misses you, Valoros,
Thank God.
as you've got your shield raised, and you block the attack with your shield, and you're just like, nope. It is going to try and make a secondary attack, but this is going to be very no. You still manage to block it with your shield. Well done. So Kyra, as these rats start swarming in, how would you like to respond?
Well, first, Ezrin says to Valoros, Valoros, these are the size of the dog you wanted to get.
Yeah, I know. I can't hit the dog, so I'm not gonna hit these, I guess.
So since they are right there, Kyra will strike.
Nice. Now, is it the top one or bottom one that you selected
Top
there?
one, the one that bit her.
Top one. All right. You
Very
may
slick.
roll damage for that. And it will take 7 points of damage as you slam your scimitar into it, cutting through its flesh. It is almost cleaved in two, but somehow it stays together. And looks at you a little more weak, but still alive.
Well, since we're right there, we'll do this. Less likely. Yeah, it's a miss.
You have one final
And then
action.
we'll do that.
Perfect. Well done. You raise your shield. All right. And I'm not sure if Valoros, you may need to click that too, or just have on your, or click that effect on in the chat so that we know that you've got your shield raised there as well.
You'll know it worked when it gives you that little icon, which you can just drag that effect raise shield to your character
Right.
to get it to show up. So when you have a character sheet open, you can just drag effect raise shield over your character sheet from
I think
chat.
I got it.
All right. And then we go to the rats again. This one's going to move on in, and it's going to target you, Valoros, again. as these more and more rats are swarming around you. This one gets a real good hit on you as you start getting swarmed. This is a critical hit, which
I would like
means
to disbelieve the illusion.
so what? There's a couple of things that we can. Yeah, so because you've taken your attack of opportunity, we can't actually shield block this. You've used your reaction. So we're gonna roll, and you take 8 points of damage. So with yourself selected, you would click on that damage.
Hold on, I'm reloading with hardware acceleration on. Hopefully that fixes my issues.
Sure.
Um. Okay. Oh yeah, this is way smoother. It looks. Oh yeah. Okay. Everything's fine now. What am I doing?
Hopefully you should see a giant rat damage roll of 8.
Mm-hmm.
If you can click on that heart, the broken heart damage icon with yourself selected to take that
So
damage.
I can't block it.
You can no, because you've tried to attack as that other giant rat moved past you. That
Okay,
was
so
your
block is only
reaction.
a reaction.
Right,
Okay.
so your
Yeah.
armor class has gotten higher because you raised your shield, but this still critically hit you. Um, Instead of attacking, like making an attack of opportunity, you could have waited, but we did an attack of opportunity because you didn't want it to hit your ally. So yeah, you take that damage. Well done. And then we'll move on to the next rat, who is already right beside you. Unfortunately, you're right in the thick of it.
I feel like that's exactly where I want to be, though.
Right,
Like this is my job.
right. And it will also make an attack against you with its jaws. It will hit you, but not
You know,
critically hit you.
you don't have to, embarrass me with rats. You could just say I'm bad at the game. It's fine.
So, again, we're going to be clicking on that 6 points of damage that you might be taking there. And finally, it will get its second attack. Oh, this is brutal, Valoros, as you are getting brutalized by all of these rats. Another
Did
5 damage
did
here.
I offend you
Yeah,
at some point?
always,
Oh, okay, that's
always.
fair. I deserve this. I'm a
Oh, for
monster.
sure, for sure. No, you're all good. This is sort of what happens when you're on the front line. You tend to get attacked a lot. Marisiel, you hear
Um,
and see Valoros, your stalwart companion, getting brutalized just down the corridor.
To that effect, I would like to scream. No, not well. Yeah, scream. I'm like, Mary, please help.
You are hidden and stealthy at the moment, Marisiel. What would you like to try to do?
Okay, so since I've had time to think about it, what Marizilla is wondering is because she's hidden still, and as far as the map's concerned, may not have a direct line to the one and partial rat that she can possibly see around the corner. She wants to throw a dagger at the rat that's nearest, but isn't sure she can do it without hitting Kyra.
She absolutely can.
Okay. I just
There's
wasn't sure about the positioning on that.
Yeah, no. So the rats are technically in cover because you will be tossing your weapon through Kyra. She will not be hit no matter what happens, even if you critically miss.
Okay.
But it will be slightly more difficult to hit the rats because you're being careful not to hit Kyra.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if if she throws the dagger, they're instantly going to pin her, aren't they? They're going to know exactly where she is because they're clearly not stupid.
You can roll stealth again after you've attacked.
They're
Okay.
also kind of focused on eating me right now.
Right, yeah. Valoros is
True.
super tasty
I'm
right
quite
this second.
beefy.
Okay, so
Probably need to kill if we can. Or we'll have rats and
she's just watched exactly what these rats have done to him. Doesn't necessarily want to bring herself fully out into the fray yet.
Right. Fair
Do you
enough.
have a ranged weapon?
I do.
Yes, a dagger. Yes, the daggers can be thrown.
So it's
Okay.
the second line, isn't it?
Let me
the
double
thrown one?
check that.
Where it says thrown usage, I'm assuming?
That one has taken damage.
Yes, the thrown usage. Yeah, that's what you want. So you're
Okay.
gonna want to press the target and click on the one to this one up here that's taken the damage. You want to try and take that one out,
That one?
and then you can roll that attack that you said. Okay.
Oof.
Unfortunately,
I lost my dagger.
yes, your dagger clangs to the ground over there.
It has come to my attention that the two big hitters here, in terms of just physical damage, are shit. both missed.
Missing happens. This is a D20 game. There's lots of
Oh, I'm not
dice.
mad. I'm just being facetious.
The only problem here is that we can't burn the dice at the end of the game.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna burn the pub down before I die. That'll solve the problem, right?
Fair move. All right. In that point, in considering that, I'm not even going to bother with stealth because I don't think she's going to get much of a chance to really do anything else. Only had the one dagger, as far as I'm aware. So she also has her rapier to work with. Might as well make sure that it is ready for when they come leaping at her.
Okay.
You still have 2 actions.
I know. Did the rat actually make any indication that it noticed the dagger when it clanged?
I mean, it noticed the dagger, but at the moment, I think you're okay as far as like it's not looking at you.
Okay, so with my second action, I am going to re-roll that stealth.
Okay, sure.
See how sneaky I can be.
Still very sneaky.
Very sneaky, can't hear crap.
You have
Okay.
one final action.
Now, if I choose at that point for Mirazil to creep up behind that same rat to hit it with her rapier, does that count as one action, or would I need to take a second leave an action for
It
actually striking it?
it would be 2 actions. In order to
Okay.
do that, you wouldn't be rolling stealth, right? So you could
For-
move up to it, attack it, and that would be your turn. Or you can roll stealth and be hidden, but you wouldn't get that attack.
No, I think I want the attack, so I'd be looking to move at that
Yep,
point.
that's fine. We'll ignore the stealth roll because we're learning. So you'll move to
Thank
here.
you. Ah,
Yeah, you'll have to go off targets onto select tokens. Sorry.
yeah. No, that's okay. There we go. That
And
one.
then move.
Sneak in here.
Yep. And then you can absolutely make an attack against that giant rat with your rapier. We're going to be a little bit forgiving in this first encounter.
Nah, murder the shit out of me. Do it. I dare you.
I'm not here to murder anybody. 2,
Just make
3.
this easy.
But I'm a millennial. I want to die.
I've already done that one. Alright.
Well, that was rubbish.
Ezrin, now that all of this has happened, you are now in a position to be able to act.
Yay. I was going to attack without being blocked, but that's not going to happen. Are those barrels, would they provide cover to the rats if I circle around?
Would they provide cover?
Yes. So if I was
Um,
up here, well,
hmm Yeah, I mean
Can you?
they're not
if I was
really.
here,
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to attack you. Like they're big
You
barrels.
okay. I
you
just
could
didn't know if it would
flank
give
them.
the enemy cover or not.
Would it give the enemy cover? Yes, it would.
I mean, you can flank them from here.
You could also try to do a spell that doesn't require an attack roll, in which case cover doesn't matter because it's just a saving throw on their behalf.
True. My concern was that I don't have a lot out of those until we do a long rest.
Hmm. Well, it's up to you.
Well, just do the flank because if any of them go towards you, then they're
Yeah.
gonna get opportunity attacked, or these two can't really go anywhere. It's only the possibility of these two, really.
So I can only do one attack this turn. I hit the wrong button to attack. I should have hit that one. Okay. Hey.
Huzzah!
I can turn that
All right, and is that the one that was already damaged?
one on. I don't think I can see that one, so it would be this one.
Okay. So we will target that one. It will take 5 points of cold damage as a ray of frost comes from Ezran toward it, and that's just that sort of like arcane, bright blue, chilling kind of color.
Yeah.
All right, Valoros, you see,
There's grass. Take you, fiend.
see and hear that happen, and that is all you can do this turn, Ezran.
Come, Valeros. Slay them.
Valoros, it is your turn. You know that this one and this one are the ones that have taken the damage.
To respond to Ezran as I attack, I'm like, I'm trying, and
Wow, we're just.
can I if I save an action, does that allow me to have another reaction?
No, it would not, unfortunately.
Bless, because all I want to do at this point is just block, because my shield has a lot of health. So
Yeah,
in this scenario, my best bet would just be to attack again.
yeah, you could attack again and then raise a shield.
I don't know how good you are at deception, but you could try to feint them if you're good at that. You could try to, I don't know, what's another one? Dishearten them some way. I think there's an intimidate I
Intimidate.
saw.
Yeah, yeah. So they are just rats, so they may not fully understand some of those things, but it's okay. I would probably try to attack this one again, and then raise a shield, or oh, there you go.
Finally.
So you can roll the damage on that one.
Yay. And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
Huzzah!
Right. So did you want to do that on the already hurt one?
Yes.
All right, then in that case, it is dead. As finally Valoros, summoning up his courage, slams his weapon into it and cleaves it in twain.
And then I'm going to raise my shield and pray to God that I don't get tickled by one of them. And I will be right back.
All right.
That's the end of my turn.
Sure. This one is going to target Kyra. As
So glad she raised shield.
yeah. And it will try to strike with its jaws. And it will miss Kyra. It will try a second time and miss again, as Kyra has managed to fend it off, wielding her shield. And then it is Kyra's turn.
So she said she wants to. You can tell him if you want to.
I'll chop the one right in front of me.
Alrighty.
So we go here. Strike. Miss.
Alright,
You want
well,
to try one more time?
before we go to that, something that we could, like, this isn't like a necessary thing, but in your spells, you have 3 uses of heal, and you could target Valoros with a 2 action heal, and he would regain some of the massive amount of health that he has lost and recover some of his wounds.
And I would be eternally grateful.
That sounds good.
All right.
Let's heal all the people.
So on that spell casting page, you would press the cast button on heal.
Yes.
And one of those will get used. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the 2 action one, the heal versus living 2 action one. And we're going to press healing. And Valoros, you may go to the heal button there under that 15
Heal.
and press heal. And you recover 15 points of health.
I'm back, baby.
Kyra, is there a special visual or auditory effect that happens when you bless Valoros with this healing font?
It's however you want to do it. Green probably odd for Saren Ray, but that's fine.
I have no idea what I'm doing, so.
Make it up. Have fun.
There's a green light beam that comes out.
Ooh. So a beam of green light issues from Kyra's hands and illuminates you, Valoros, and you feel all of a sudden like your wounds are knitting back together.
I'm gonna look at Kyra and I go, whatever your god is, say thanks for me.
And that will. Go ahead.
I'll say it again.
You're welcome.
All right, excellent. So with that, that is your 3 actions. You've attacked once, and you've used a 2 action heal to recover Valoros. It is Giant Rat's turn, and it is going to move into its old companion square. And what I might do, I might just move this up here and move it here. And it's going to actually try to attack Mariziel. So it's going to do that. And it will try to bring its jaws into Mariziel. And it will do 3 points of damage to you, Mariziel. And an additional 5 points of damage to Mariziel. And that will be all it can do. And you, with yourself selected, can damage with the 3 and damage with the 5. And you'll take those points of damages. Well done. Yeah, that's
Pretty nasty.
pretty nasty. But it is all it can do. Mariziel, it is your turn, and you can get your retribution.
Oh, definitely. So
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
very much stabby, stabby, stabby. So select this one in front of me, and we're going to attack with the rapier again.
Wonderful. That is a very solid hit, and you may click on the damage. Oh, that is excellent. And so, Mariziel, as you line this rat up with your rapier, describe how, in just a single blow, you manage to take this rat from full health to nothing as it gets decimated on the ground.
Well, it's desperation times. Mariziel's not feeling very well, so she does the one thing that she can think of doing, which is to lift the rapier and sweep across its neck. Try to hit all the important bits.
And yeah, absolutely, you do. With just a single blow, you you pierce into its brain with your rapier, and it stops moving. You have two actions left, and you dealt with one of the rats. You do have another rat right next to you still. You have two actions left. What would you like to do?
That rat's not focused on Mariziel, is it? It's going elsewhere.
It's been attacking Kyra.
So still looking in the same direction. How far away did my dagger land?
It is in this square, so you may pick it up now.
Okay, so I'll use one action to pick up.
Yes. Yep, perfect.
So do I then move my
No,
dagger
you.
across, or can just pick up?
No, it's fine. You're just picking up your dagger. You don't.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's
Well,
one action. You got one action left.
final action aimed directly to that rat, basically right next to me. Same sort of movement with the rapier.
It worked well last time. Let's see if you can do it again.
Exactly.
This time the rat is too quick for you as it skitters slightly further than your reach, and we are back to the giant rat on the other side of Valoros. So it is going to target Valoros, and it's going to make a jaw attack. Is your shield is raised right now, right?
Correct.
Okay, one second. I just need to check this.
It
Uh,
also
so this is not going to hit. It says it is because it doesn't know that your shield's raised, but your shield is raised, so you absolutely block this.
why am I listed as flat-footed? What do I do to prevent that?
So, okay, so you are flat
You're
footed
flank.
because you have a rat on either side of you.
Got it.
And so that reduces your armor class by 2, but however, your armor class is increased by 2 because of your shield. So you're back to like 18. So because it's not doesn't know that your shield is raised, it says it's a hit, but it's not. So it's going to try once more to hit you with its second attack and absolutely miss. So it doesn't manage, thanks to your shield, and only thanks to your shield, you manage to fend that otherwise what would be a hit off. Ezrin, it is your turn.
Very well, Valoros. You take the healing and stab the rat. I shall blast this one with fury of the winter.
That's a long way to say you're gonna hit it cold stuff.
So just the attack. Yeah, absolutely that hits. You may roll damage. Oh yeah, and you can describe how this rat meets its doom.
As it leaps for Valorus's face, a beam of cold is going to go right up the backside and out the front side past his head.
Awesome.
Past Valorus's head, yeah.
Oh. I didn't hit that
So
grass
Valoros,
yet.
like on the ceiling next to his head, the cold beam splashes that went through a rat.
Okay.
It's a little chilly.
And with that, Ezrin's turn finishes, and Valoros, there is only
Kill
a
Valoros. You're
single
not
rat.
flat-footed.
There is only a single rat left, and it is between you and Kyra, so it is flat-footed against you.
Let's go, Valley. Do, 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 do. Hey!
You hit it.
Nice.
And in a single blow, Valoros, you describe how this last rat meets its doom.
So, it's going for Kyra, and Val kind of just punches his shield into its spine, and then takes his sword and hacks its head off. Very quick, very efficient.
All right.
And he goes, "All right, I almost died, but all right."
Okay, and everybody in your character sheets, under your character tab, actually, I need to. There, it's actually at the top where your name is. You'll see level 1, and you'll see a 0 out of 1,000 over on the right hand side. I want you to change that 0 to 80, please. 80, as you
Okay.
have gained experience from killing these rats.
It's kind of adorable that there's a little bar there. I love that.
It's a progress meter, so you know how close you are.
Yes.
All right, and with that, the encounter ends as all of the rats have been dealt with, and you breathe a sigh of relief and see potentially to your wounds as you try and figure out what might have happened. It is clear to you that these rats couldn't have been the cause of such destruction in that wall, but they were hiding in the refuse, but perhaps something even more dangerous might be lurking beneath. You guys can now decide what is next for you.
You know, Valros, as much as I would like these rats to be the things that we had to deal with, since that was, less than desirable, I do believe that they would not be capable of such destruction on these walls, so I believe we must venture forth to get our pay.
Okay, but do they know that? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna cheat anyone out of their money. God damn it, I hate my life.
I mean, if you want to try to cheat her, you may. She would be very
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not an ass as much as I want to be. Son of a bitch.
Now,
Okay.
quick question.
Sure.
I saw a treat injury or something like that. Is that something we can do to get healing other than using the healing spell?
Yes.
How that works?
So some of the party have the medicine skill and have a healing kit or a healer's kit in their inventory. Those characters can roll medicine to treat wounds. It will take 10 minutes to treat wounds, and you will be applying the bandages and poultices in your healer's kit to try to tend to somebody's wounds. Um, so if you would like to do that, take 10 minutes. I would suggest that you do so in the room you are in before you go like adventuring too far because it will take some time. You don't have to move yourself back, but you can narrate that you stay in there for 10 minutes and heal anybody's wounds.
Let's see. So Kyra is down 6. How are I can't see your health bar, so
Marisil
how are
is
you at
down 8, so currently on 7. Basically,
okay.
really,
So we definitely need to heal you.
yes.
And how is Valeros doing?
Valeros, after that healing spell, basically he's just covered in like some minor scratches. He doesn't look like he's perturbed at all.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the way that resources are displayed, and I'm going to have on all of you that when you hover over each other, you should be able to see a bar underneath the character
That's
that
cool.
represents your
Yeah.
health state.
Valeros would tell you on a scale of like 1 to 24, you're at a 20.
Yes, well, they at least can now see a representation in a bar form of just how percentage wise you are looking. Yeah, cool. So with that medicine
So
check,
yes,
that's a
it
critical
won't discern
success.
for us. And so
So
I was trying to administer it, but she has to select it and take the healing.
yeah, so Kyra, you can click on that heal. Who is this? No, it's Maurizio, right? For
Yes,
Maurizio.
Maurizio.
So Maurizio, you may click on that heal next to 25. Yeah, and you'll
Yeah,
go up to full because you can't go above your maximum hit points.
makes sense.
I only see the health bar on Valeros right now.
All right, I will.
Me
I'll
too.
hovered by anyone update. I'm just doing that. So sorry.
I've got mine.
Okay,
Update.
yeah, that one's showing now.
Kairos is showing.
Covered by anyone. Update. There we go. Done.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Um, should we spend a little bit more time and have Kyra heal herself?
What do you think, Kyra? Being you know how healthy you are, do you think you would like to tend to your wounds before you move on?
Yes.
Okay, then you may roll another medicine check for yourself.
Yay.
And you may heal that 9 points of healing by pressing the heal button next underneath it. Excellent. And you'll heal for 6, taking you up to full health.
There we go.
Having taken 20 minutes to tend to the wounds of your companions and yourself, you look down this I guess, opened cavern. You see that you will need to squeeze through, but it doesn't take you very long. The hole is just, it's it's fine for you to get through, but it's a little bit of a squeeze until you make your way down into this next section. After dealing with the rats, you squeeze through the hole. You find yourself in a cavern that seems to stretch endlessly beneath the streets of Otari. Who knows what menace could be lurking down here? Up ahead, the passageway ends in a cliff that plunges sharply into the darkness.
Well, I guess it's good we have the ability to cast light for two of us in the party. Should we go ahead and let Kyra put light on herself as well. So we have two
Yeah.
members of light.
I guess. You said it was what, like 20 feet deep? I'm sorry, I misheard.
So the drop is, let me just check it here. The cliff is only 10 feet tall, but the surface is slick and probably slippery, or definitely slippery. So you will still need a climbing check, which is an athletics check, to make your way down. Um, yeah. So
I look to the rest of the group. Anyone got a pitten? A sharp spike? No? Alright. I take out my rope and I'm like, go on, y'all. And I hold it for them.
Kyra has a rope.
Yeah, I just threw down a rope.
yeah, so Valorous is holding onto a rope now.
Yeah, I'm just checking if anyone else had a spike or anything like that for you.
Just
And
having a quick check.
Catherine has
What
just rope.
You
What
won't have it.
commonly be in my thieves' tools?
That is lockpicks and things like that.
Gonna be.
Not no. If you
Yeah,
have a
that's
climbing or a climbers kit that has that stuff, but otherwise you do not.
I just thought I'd check.
All right. So Valorous is holding a rope, which makes this check significantly easier. So you will still need an athletics check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up a prompt, or I shouldn't be on Valorous, I apologize. Either way, anyone can click on that prompt there that is in the chat, and it should roll an athletic skill check for you. Otherwise, I can get back in there and pop it up as a GM. So Mariziel is absolutely fine. She has no issues getting down. Does so with style.
I would be very worried if she did fall on that one.
I go,
Well, I'm
alright,
not
Ez.
exactly the
Come on.
most athletic.
Yeah, I know, you look like a bag of twigs.
Well, thank you. At least my mind is sharp, even if I have foregone the body some. But, you know, some have foregone their mind and let their body not.
Are you gonna climb the rope, old man?
He does. He climbs the rope down. Kyra manages to get down safely as well.
As Kyra's getting down, Val is just muttering to himself. Every single sentence with him is a goddamn word game. And then he'll pack up the rope and he'll like crawl. Well, not crawl, but climb down. Just make an athletic skill check,
Are you
right?
going to climb down
Correct.
properly, or are you going to do the butt slide?
Shut up, old man. I'll do whatever I want.
He climbs down adeptly. And
Some say you part goat. Well done.
all of you can be on that bottom level now. Safe.
It says I'm hitting a wall.
Yeah, it says we're hitting a wall.
All right, I will do it then. There you go. All right, so having overcome this challenge, you may add an additional 10 points to your experience bar to make that 90.
Oh, nice.
And
Seeing what I see, I look back to Kai and Ezrin, um, and I go, "Do either of you have any fire?"
Do you have any fire?
Yes, I have burning hands.
ooh, ooh.
do believe we also have a torch, if that would be more conducive to use for the time being.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to waste one of your spells. It's just, I'm pretty sure there's spiders and webs. I see lots of webs. We can burn the webs, is what I'm saying.
Yes. So
I
as
believe using a torch would be prudent then.
as you look down the cavern, the tunnel does continue deeper underground, and eventually it opens into a large chamber. As you progress forward, you will be able to see that. You can just barely make out vast strands of webbing across the floor and walls of the next cavern, stretching between stalactites like shimmering curtains.
Well, that is impressive sight, Valros.
And I would help one of them like set up a torch so that they could burn uh webbing. So
I will
I can.
mage hand the torch ahead of us.
Ooh,
Ooh.
smarty pants.
Well, I
Uh,
am a wizard, you know.
yeah, I know. You tell me every time, and it's like every word you speak is from a you know the goddamn word.
Fancy.
Yes, indeed, indeed, Valros.
He's having so much fun with this.
Table Knights and I played in the Jarl's game last night as well. Yeah. So we're used to messing with each other and having fun.
That's the way.
Tommy never mouths off or messes with Skaya.
Believe that based on
You don't believe that?
no,
Oh.
based on
I don't believe that either.
based on what I've been hearing, I don't.
He did make her a nice pair of shoes.
But you
He
deserve
did.
it.
You deserve it. All right.
I like your wife. She sounds like
If he's gonna put it out, he has to be able to take it.
Right, right. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and so lovely bits of roleplay and banter in the party. Love it. Thank you. Um, as you progress forward, you do see that the cavern is indeed covered in these webs. And Ezrin, your intention is to try to burn some of these webs minimum to maybe make a passage that you can
Yes.
walk through, or are you wanting to burn all of it up, or like tell me a little
Whichever
bit more
Valorous would
about.
like. I am basically using the mage hand since Valorous is ahead of me and can see better. He's like, okay, up over there. Yep, got it. And over there. Yep. So letting him kind of tell me where to move it around because he can see better than I can since I have to look through his head.
a little to the right, a little
There
more,
we go. Yeah. Oh,
a little
okay.
more. No, your other right. God,
Well, you're pointing to your left. I'm sorry.
I have to make the L's. Hold on. And I guide him to the web.
All right, so how much of the web are you wanting to destroy with his mage-handed torch?
Well, I assume if it catches on fire, it would spread. But if not, then
It was spread
basically,
in like 5 foot sections, like as
okay.
much as you could fit in, basically.
So it burns up before it catches the whole thing on fire. In that case, the connective points would be
Yep.
the most important parts to me. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure that they can't drop down on us.
Right, right. I get you. So these connective points and this, and then you want to try to just make your way through once that's been done.
Correct.
Okay. So you can do so. You can start. Are you hugging a wall? Are you keeping to the middle? Tell me a little bit more about how you want to progress.
So Val in this scenario is making himself the obvious choice. If anything is watching them, and he's gonna kind of look to the others and like point um, to the wall, and Val's just going to be if something is going to target us, he's going to be the obvious target.
Okay. So I'm going to have all of you, please. And this will be the last time I prompt for this because I want you
I
to
was
be
about to
able
say
to have some
perception
choices.
check.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have all of you make perception checks. When you do so, please select the blind GM role because these are secret. And we will give you some information based on how you guys do. All right. So, Kyra, with you seem to just be extra vigilant. Kyra is on top of it. She inches forward and she points out to each of you that there seems to be something very like cunningly hidden amongst the webs. She points out this section, the heaviest, most protected section, as the source of this. And she says there is something moving there. It looks perhaps like a giant spider.
Well, let me go move the torch that direction.
All right, so as you start to move your torch in that direction, the spider will appear and begin to move menacingly toward the rest of the group. So
I
we're
believe
going
now
to
would be a good use for ranged weapons, Valeros, if you have
toggle.
any.
I do, but would I have to
So
draw it out
going
and then?
to start an encounter. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our sheet. We're going to look for our initiative again. And we're going to do the same thing as we did last time with initiative. However, for Mariziel, as I know you haven't necessarily had time to say, but we haven't said that you're going to be stealthy again. So we're going to roll perception for this initiative. And if you want to be stealthy in the future, we need to be stating said thing.
I wasn't going to this time. I thought the webs kind of gave it away. So
Yes, that's
stealth
fine.
is stealth is a little bit moot.
Matt, are you good if we pick which weapon set we start with drawn, like Valeros having
Yes,
drawn?
you've had time to decide what you want to do. So yes, you can draw any weapon that you wish before the encounter starts, as Kyra managed to point it out before you guys actually had the encounter.
Yeah.
It,
If it
if
wasn't for that, I absolutely wouldn't have asked.
right, yeah. So
But
well
it's
done, Kyra.
yeah.
To give everyone that opportunity is really good. All right. Okay, so Valoros, as what happened last time, you are the quickest to act and the first into the room. You can see the creature in. You see at least the area that Kyra was pointing toward, and you see the movement as it comes out of being hidden. So, what would you like to do? Let me begin the encounter. Right, so
I'ma
you can.
shoot that hoe.
All right, so you may target it. So that's the select targets button. Hopefully you should be able to see it. It looks like it's visible. It's just kind of.
I can't. I cannot select it.
Let me bring it out just for a second, and you should be able to target it now, and I'll put it back.
Every time I click it, it just doesn't stick.
All right, that's fine. In that case, we will just roll the attack, and I'll just apply it. Oh, that will
Oh, baby!
absolutely hit it. So
Very
Hi.
nice, Valeros.
It is not quite a critical hit, but it's very close to being a critical hit. It is normal hit, so you can roll damage normally.
Oh,
Oof.
oh, poopy bumpkins.
The arrow flies true, but only catches a small portion of the spider's body.
I'm gonna move over here to get out of their way, and then I'm gonna shoot again.
All right, this will be at a multi-attack penalty, so it will be your second attack. It is the second. So on your sheet, you'll see map MAP, and it'll be
Ah,
-5. So you'll click on the -5 to say that this is your second attack in your turn.
yeah, I figure that wouldn't hit. And then I'll sheath it, and my
So you can't sheath it because we've done an action for attack, a move, and another
oh,
attack.
my bad.
So this would be a fourth action to sheath. You could drop it for free, but you can't sheath it.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'll keep it.
that's fine.
I'll beat that bug with my stick.
All right, then Mariziel, it is your turn.
Okay, so at the moment she's still got her dagger and her rapier out. She's going to start with throwing the dagger. And
Okay.
I was actually able to do the select target, but because I'm all the way back at the back, I'm wondering
It'll be very difficult for you to do that
if it's worth
because,
me moving up first and using an
yeah,
action to
it's
move.
definitely better to move up because the dagger only has a 10-foot thrown range.
Whereabouts does 10 foot come in?
Well, it's increments of 10 feet. So
It's
So let
right.
me, yeah, so this here would be 10. This would be another 10. This would be another 10. For every 10, your accuracy goes down.
Okay, I
So
probably don't want to
here
come too
or
much closer than
here
there.
or here. Yeah, so you would be at the third range increment.
Question.
Yes.
Because Mauricio also has a short sword, but I did have a quick look. There's no proficiency for using two one-handed weapons for her.
Yeah, so the way that dual wielding works in Pathfinder 2 is that you can attack with either of your weapons at any time. Um, it goes with that weapon's proficiency, and there's not a dual wielding penalty. It's just you just attack with that weapon. You
So it's just
can't.
like a single attack, but I'm holding both.
Correct, yes. There are things later on that you can attack with both weapons at once, but that's like a feat that you have to apply to your character.
Okay. All right. In that case, Mauricio will take the risk to throw the dagger as her second one.
All right. It's worth a try.
Everything is worth a try at this point. Nope.
Unfortunately, not quite.
Not surprised.
The dagger
Uh,
will sort of land about here, halfway,
it was worth a try.
and you have one action
For
left.
Okay, so at that point, I also have my short sword, and I'm going to use my last action to draw my short sword.
All
So I've got
right.
the rapier in one and the short sword in the other.
Sounds good to me. All right. In that case, it's Kyra's turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked about it. You said go ahead and stride.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the names.
And then I suggested doing raise shield so that you have that bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said do recall knowledge.
Sounds great.
Okay, so you raise your shield and you recall knowledge. Which out of those um, checks do we want to make? You can make so you are trained, and let's have a look at what you're trained in. You're trained in survival, religion. You're not trained in nature, but you could still make a nature check. You're not trained in arcana or occult, but you could still make those checks. You're just not going to have as big of a bonus. Nature is still +4. This is a spider, so probably that's the most obvious check is nature.
Sure.
Yep.
We can do that.
So yeah, you can click on the +4 to your nature, and it will come up with a box, and you can roll it. Oh, that's a really good check. Okay, so I can tell you a couple of things about this giant spider there. I can tell you that its best save is reflex, and its worst is will. Um, I can tell you that it has a web attack as well as fangs, and its web is ranged. You can like spit out a web and try to restrain people. And if it manages to get to somebody in melee and it bites, it also has a poisonous bite. So you want to try to maybe avoid that.
Maybe. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm having throwbacks to Shelob.
Right.
Kind of. Not
It
quite that big.
yeah, definitely not as big, but still kind of scary.
It's one of her
Good
children.
direction.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then that would be the three: stride, raise shield, and recall knowledge.
Correct. So we
I
will.
told her I'd suggest recall knowledge since she doesn't have a ranged weapon, because that would give us some useful information like we just got.
Yeah, that's excellent. And Kyra, as a free action, can just say those couple of things out aloud so that everybody knows.
Would you share that with the rest of us?
What?
The information you found out about the spider?
Yes, I just shared all that information with you.
Excellent work. So it is the spider's turn. It is going to move. And it is going to try to bite Valeros.
Damn it.
Oh,
Nope.
no. No, 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 no. So this is going to be
Oh no.
pretty tough here,
Why
Valeros.
me?
Valeros was just critted by
Because
fangs.
you take 12 points of piercing damage as it descends on a web down to you and bites stiffly into your shoulder.
Hold on. We burned all the way.
And then I need you, please, to click on that DC 16 Fortitude save just above there. You will see a little prompt, and you can roll onto that.
Where?
It is when the
We
giant.
don't see
You
that
don't
in
see it?
our.
Let me post it then. Then
There you go.
there you go. So you fail on that too, which means that you take an additional 6 points of poison damage as its
It's clear.
menacing fangs go into you. You are flat-footed.
It's clear God hates Valeros.
Yes.
You know, Valeros,
Yes.
maybe you should have served a patron deity. Maybe you'd have more luck. I believe there's a goddess of luck you might want to look into.
As you're saying this, he's just going, ah!
Indeed. With its last action, it is going to target Kyra with web. So we're going to try and do a web strike against Kyra. It is at -5. No, the web just flies past you and doesn't manage to hit. So we are up to Ezran. Ezran, you hear the shrieking cry of Valoros as this massive spider descends upon him and bites into his shoulder. He's looking a greener shade to what he normally is.
Valoros, I will help you. I'm going to use my focus ability because now seems about the right time for that. Let me make sure I should be within range. I'm 90% certain. Yes. And so I'm going to use that ability because it takes an action.
All right.
And it sounds about right. Automatically hits and deals damage. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Nice.
It will take 5 points of damage from your bolt. Does this have a special look to it?
It is just raw, like bluish energy, similar to the light.
Okay.
And it's just this like small, almost like a crystalline shard that flies out and just
Nice.
slams into the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it takes the full force of that crystalline shard.
And then I will do that.
Okay, it will be at minus. No, it won't be because that wasn't an attack. So yeah, just the full. Yes, no normal attack.
That's why I was about to ask. It didn't say it. Did that? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm really glad it's not because that'll make it easier to hit.
Yes.
Let us hope.
Ooh.
No!
Ezran,
Did you shoot me in the face?
no, no, there's nothing like that. But Ezran, the energy of your ray of frost dissipates in your hand and gives you chills down your veins. You don't take any damage, but you shake your hand as if you've been sort of yeah. Ooh, smarts, but yeah, no in-game damage, just role play there.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. We are back to the start of initiative with Valoros.
Like he's holding that dry ice in his hand. You know, it's like ow, 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 ow.
So with the spider basically clambering on me, I'm gonna drop the short bow now, and get my long sword back out.
Okay, so it's
Um,
draw. Yep.
and hope please, just be nice for like 5 seconds.
Okay. Uh, you try to strike it, but
I hate you
your
so much right now.
the poison in your veins is making Valoros weak, and unfortunately, you're just very slightly too slow for it as it dips under the attack.
I will raise my shield.
Fair and reasonable. All
Why
right.
did my AC drop to 16?
You're flat-footed because of the poison.
Oh, fucking. I hate this stupid spider.
Mauricio, yeah, as Valoros groans and complains, clearly he's hurt, but it
I
is
mean,
your
she
turn.
doesn't have much choice except to try to get the spider to move back. So
Stab it in the back. Get behind it and just
that is
shank it
the
in its
idea.
thorax.
Yeah, they're both the same, mostly, from what I can see. So
Yeah, we're both the same. We're made of meat.
mostly, you got a bit more poison in you than I do. I know. All right, so we are going to. Yep, got that one right. Strike it
Well, you will need to move one square at least. And because
Yeah.
you're moving one square, it might be worth to move up here to flank with
Yeah.
Valoros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that'll
That's
also
what-
make it flat-footed to you, which will help you hit.
You
Yes.
definitely hit it with that.
Okay.
So you
I'll
may
do
roll
that. That's
damage.
nice.
So it will take 7 points of damage from you. It looks very wounded at this point. So you've moved, you've attacked, you've got one last action.
Well, if I've got one last action, I suppose the only reasonable thing would be to take another strike.
Sure, you
I
may
think you have an
attempt to.
agile weapon, so you should be able to get it at -4 instead of -5, I think.
Yeah,
Could be.
hers is automatically at -4, yeah.
Well, that would
Cool.
be.
So it's MAP -4, yeah.
So that's the short sword, because
Or
the
whichever.
rapier is -5.
Yeah, so the short sword would be better to attack with as a
Yeah.
second attack.
Okay, so we will do that.
See, Matt, I've done some studying on the system at least.
Good job.
Okay, so that one and
Oh, you get it, and damage, please.
Oh, yeah.
And you describe how you kill this spider.
how badly did I kill it?
Very badly.
Okay, so in that case, I'm assuming that the spider is still faced
Towards
away
Valoros.
from.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that short sword and I am going to jam it right into the back of the spider's abdomen and just cleave up.
Valoros, in a massive splatter of spider's blood, your face gets covered, and you clear your eye, and the spider is dead.
I start stomping on the dead body of the spider, and then, fatigued, I just kind of fall over, and I'm like,
Yo, I'm sending my healing.
thanks.
All right,
There's
so you
been a lot of that
could
today.
you
I
could
think you might need it.
take 10 minutes to treat wounds,
Treat
or you
wounds,
could
yeah.
use a spell
Let's do
slot,
treat
but
wounds.
that, yeah.
Let's treat wounds.
Does
I think
that
Valorous
time
needs a
frame
break anyways.
shorten? I'm just wondering with the treat wounds, if multiple people are doing treat wounds on one person, does that shorten the time frame?
No, but it allows the
Okay.
second person to roll and get an additional healing chance, basically.
Do it.
Yeah.
I need it. God hates me.
I gotta find the right one.
Ooh,
No!
so Kyra tries to see to your wounds, but that nasty poison is making it really tough for her, and so it's not a critical failure. You don't take damage, but she doesn't manage in this attempt in this 10 minutes to help you out.
I can just imagine that the situation is like, don't worry, I'll help. Shakes me with a dagger. We're letting the poison.
That'd be if it was a crit fail.
At least she's not hurting you anymore.
Right, and
So it's medicine, isn't it? Yeah.
yes. Oh.
I'm not doing that ever again.
Marisiel,
Sorry, I still got the sword in my hand.
could you please roll me a d8? So
Is your kill count that important?
Sorry.
I will do this since so I'm just gonna click over here and then we're gonna do this. Valoros as,
I believe we were promised that no one would die.
as
Technically, but Brazil has this thing where she wants to test whether or not someone can die.
there's a lot of things happening right now. So this is what happens. So Mariziel, you accidentally push push your thumb into the wound, and yes, it severs something kind of necessary, and Valoros stops screaming because he falls unconscious. Then Kyra is going to stabilize, which means that Valoros cannot die here. He is remaining unconscious. Do you properly want to use that heal as well here? He is not
Yeah,
gonna
probably.
die.
Probably, just probably.
I mean, he kind of needs.
Guys, just drag me back to the inn. Clearly, adventuring isn't for me. I need to retire early.
Yeah,
You
he's very vocal for someone who is
Yeah, for
unconscious.
someone
Oh,
who is
my
unconscious. Sure. If you would like to use another one of these slots to heal him, you can.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I thought I
So
select.
it looks like just maybe just click on the healing
I'm gonna
button.
click cat. Oh, click on the heal or click cast again.
I think click on the healing. Yeah. We will increase that by 8. So this will be, what's that,
Oh, I see
14?
what happened. It decided to take it as though I was reading it and didn't actually take it as casting.
That's okay. Oh, well, then you will need to cast it, but I've already applied the healing.
All good.
Why don't you just let me die?
Valoros, you wake up to another green light bathing you. The same green light that knit your wounds in the previous area. You are on the ground. You are alive, but you're kind of feeling battered and bruised. But the creature is dead.
I kick it again on the floor. I'm just
Go.
like,
All right. Very good.
Valros, are you still with us, friend?
no, I died, and heaven was the inn. I'm going back. Fuck. I don't want to die. No, nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. All right, fine. Fuck you
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Valros, we do have 10 gold if we can complete this issue.
I want more.
Well,
Not
maybe we can
necessarily
negotiate.
stealing
We'll
from
bring
you,
the
but
spider back as proof and maybe, you know,
you
see
think
if
a
we can
spider put a hole in a wall?
I don't think he ever wants to see that spider again.
Yeah, also that.
All of you will also note that there is a little repository here in the spider's web that's bristling with a healing potion and a finely crafted sword.
Can we look at that sword for a moment and see what it is?
Yeah, so you should be able to see this spider's
Oh, I do
lair
see it
here.
now.
While everyone's looking at this shiny thing, Mariziel is wondering how if there's a if she can tell the difference between like the blood and the guts and the poison from the spider.
um, yeah.
And
Um,
whether it would be possible to maybe take some of that or make use of some of that.
sure. I will allow you to roll your choice out of nature or survival to see whether you can extract something useful for yourself.
What have I got? Nature 2, survival 5. I'll do survival.
Valros, given that you're in the front and tend to take the brunt of the damages, I would say you probably should take the healing potion.
Oh, you think? You think
I
I should?
do. I do.
You do? Thanks.
do.
He already has the healing potion in his bag. What about the
I
sword?
do.
Do you want it since you're stabbing people so often? How about
Actually, I
that? You
think since it's a short blade, it may do better for our elven friend there.
Her name is Miri. You dick.
Yes,
God.
Marisol is indeed her name. Very good.
You are one of the most condescending people I've ever met in my life, and
I
you're worse
am
than the
a
spider.
wizard, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Not a wizard doesn't come with the dick tag. I
Why do you
give
think
the
I carry a big stick?
compensation.
No.
And for the first time in Val's life, he feels smart for half a second. I hand the short sword to Mary. By the way, if at any point I'm being too much, you can tell me to shut up, everybody. I realize I'm a silly bippy.
I know.
But yeah, I would say since it's a finesse versatile weapon with
Yeah, he hands the
agile
sword to
trait, it
Mary.
would make most sense for her to use it. And you can grab the healing potion.
How do
If
I
you just
add? Do I just...
if you double click it to open it like you do your character sheet and you open your character sheet, you should be able to drag and drop it.
Oh, that's so fucking neato.
I'm sitting here going, what? So I am taking sword.
Yes.
How do I loot it? I'm pressing the loot
It-
button, but
If you double click it, yeah, you can either hit loot or you can just drag and drop it to your
Drag and
character sheet.
drop works well.
oh, that's so cool.
And that way it'll show up
Oh,
in your inventory so that you have it.
I
And
like I
do
like
you have
this.
your short bow back to make sure it counts it as back in your inventory?
Oh God,
Or
no! I did not pick that back up. Val goes and picks it back up.
Just thought
There
I
we
would
go.
make sure.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
I have
I
also.
do
Mhm.
go.
I just letting Mauricio know that I have given your character a consumable called spider poison.
Nice.
Ooh. Nice.
So
I
I'm assuming
do
it's
have
in
a
a container of some sort.
Yeah, little vial or something.
I do have a crossbow I'm not using because I prefer the frost. If Kyra or Miri would like to use it.
Sure. That's a great idea.
Yeah, no. Clara is definitely welcome to take the crossbow.
I prefer frost bolts. They're more fun and cool.
All right. You may
I
all
stab Ez. I'm kidding. I don't do that.
increase your XP to not by but to 130.
Honestly, I thought you'd be stabbing Mariziel instead.
No, apparently Val prefers the company of women, and I'm reading that as like not necessarily like a ladies' man, but he just enjoys like femme personalities more.
Right.
So I would stab the shit
So,
out of Ez because he's insufferable. He may have like almost murdered me, but God, he's a drain on my existence. I love you, Dime, by the way.
Me too, man. It's all good. It's all good. I know it's playing.
All right.
It's intentional. It's fun.
So, uh, you are you're starting to feel a little bit better after the amazing healing spell from Kyra.
By
Should
the way,
we
I don't
go?
know if I said thank you. By the way, thanks, Kyra.
Oh, he said thanks to you for healing.
You're welcome.
All right.
Should we go ahead and do another treat injury before we move on?
Yeah, just Mary. Oh my God, look over there. It's
Got it.
anything but that.
Yeah, I won't be doing that again for a little while.
All right. So
Hey.
another 9 points
Leave
of
the healing
healing.
to the healer.
I mean, she
Nice.
is the cleric. That is their domain of practice.
I just like to stab
Mary,
things.
we'll just call you the pharmacist.
Now, we are suspending one of the rules here with all of these treat wounds. So, in a fully fledged adventure, um, there would need to be time between each of these treat wounds checks. You normally would need to wait an hour before you have
Oh, I see that.
someone try again.
Okay.
However, I don't see a reason to do that during the beginner's box, so we are suspending that rule for now. And we're just saying some time passes, okay, between each of these treat
Between
wounds.
me getting
Sure.
stabbed by my own teammate and
Right, right.
getting healed.
Um, yeah. But just so that you know, there are feats to reduce the amount of time that you need to wait, but normally it would be an hour, just so that you've got the proper information going forward.
Question.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get my focus pool back?
All right. So this is a specific activity. Okay. You can't be doing other significant tasks during the time that you get your focus back. And it's a 10-minute activity. It's an
Okay.
activity called refocus. And for a wizard, it's something to do with, like, you're looking through your spell book, you're resetting yourself, you're getting everything in line and reorienting. So for
Yeah,
that 10
you're good with that.
minutes,
I'll study my spell book while Kyra patches up Valros's wounds.
yeah, absolutely fine. So you can refocus and get your focus point back.
Excellent.
All right.
That was a good use of that spell too, since it's a one action. I was trying to help out with that spider. That was not nice to the health pools.
All right. I
Valor.
guess.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna like start to reorient us toward what's ahead rather than here, but you go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. The same. Like, all right, I guess I'll lead the charge again.
All right, so after the web infested cave, the passageway leading deeper underneath the streets of Otari appears to be mostly natural, but someone or something has worked to open the cavern and level out the floor, making the passage easily travelled. A crude barricade made from old wooden planks and part of a barrel blocks the entrance to a side tunnel, while the main passage continues off into the gloom. The side passage is this here, and there's a barricade blocking the way, uh, and the main passage is over here.
I will mage hand the torch back up and bring that along.
Sure.
I look to Ez and I'm like, should we burn this?
I mean, we could chop it or we could burn it. Burning it
My
would
my
cause.
um, My concern here is if we go forward, something's gonna have access to our ass.
And I like mine being unmolested.
Well, you're missing out on half the fun, but yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, so burn and make sure nothing's behind there.
Yeah, you can burn it if you like.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, you spend some time to clear the barricade using fire, and you see a passageway back there.
Ooh. Now we gotta decide which way to go.
Specifically, oh, oh, God, there's crypt stuff that way. I look to Kai and I'm like, Kai, how does your god feel about undead?
About what?
The undead.
Feel about what?
How does your god feel about the undead?
Zombies and skeletons and.
They're awful.
Only fun things in life.
All right, so yeah, you can probably smash them real good. Okay, that's God, I
They
just
have
don't let me get
disgusting
eaten.
undead.
That's real good. That's real. Just don't let me get eaten, please. Oh God.
Yeah, so Kyra has a spell specifically designed to do big damage to undead.
I will start leading the group.
You
A
will
quick
start leading the group
question.
into the crypt, right?
Do we or do we not have any traps or alarms we can set to protect our backside?
I sure as hell don't.
Could we use a rope or part of the ropes to string up a rope across the little section of wall
Ah,
here, kind of hidden, and make a little noise if someone comes behind us?
what was the sound?
That was the barricade being destroyed.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I get trapped in here? Am I gonna die?
Again.
Yeah, again.
All right. So you're making your way toward a crypt. Beyond the barricade, an old cavern corridor winds down into the earth, ending in an ancient burial vault lit by a strange torch with blue flame. Alcoves line the walls, each one containing a rotten wooden coffin, while the center of the room has a raised platform holding a stone sarcophagus. As you approach toward the room, Valeros, you hear something pounding at the graves. Boom, boom, and uh, each of the graves, you can, as you approach, you can see dust uh, sort of coming off as these sounds uh, emerge, and then you hear cracks as the ceilings of these graves suddenly break, and their lids get tossed off as undead come pouring out.
Question: you said that the flame is blue. Is that the
Yes.
same flavor as the cran,
Cran?
or is it just like the spicy version of it? Yeah, blue's my favorite, flavor of cran. So I figure if the fire is blue, it probably tastes the same, just spicier.
Is that I don't know what crayon is.
Wait, what?
Is that a soda or is
No,
that
no,
a
no. He means
food?
crayon, like
No,
crayons,
like a
coloring
like
crayons.
Oh,
yeah.
crayon. Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't pronounce it British or Aussie enough. I'm sorry.
You're okay. You're okay.
It's white
Crayon.
and lemon.
Cool.
This wasn't
Uh,
the Aussie translation, sir. Just try again.
All right.
uh,
So yeah, a bunch of undead. I look to Kai and I'm like, "This is your job," and I step out of her way.
there's a whole bunch of undead. Um, so we are going to make an encounter. You are going to roll initiative.
This is not what we were signed up for.
Now, here is a good opportunity to let you guys know something. In Pathfinder and anything else that I run, and anything else probably that you play, depending on your GM, but certainly here in any game with me, rolling initiative does not mean that you have to fight. And it does not mean you have to fight only with your weapons. When you are playing with me, you may always choose to flee at any time as long as you're not unconscious, and you may choose to also fight in different ways. And if things are not like mindless like they are here with these undead, there might also be other ways to overcome encounters like reasoning. With undead, they're probably not going to be reasoned with. So it is up to you how you approach things like combat, and encounters don't necessarily need to be fought the same. Okay, so I will let you know that before we do this, but you may roll initiative, please.
So that entire diatribe you just went on has all the energy of getting a healing message right before you enter into a room for the first time.
Right. This is your first very significant encounter. Okay, so.
Are you? What, excuse me?
It was after I rolled. You couldn't have said that like 10 seconds ago.
Well, come on. But
I,
even
Did you
after
see that big
rolling,
red flashy 8?
even after rolling, you can still choose what you do. You're not tied in. The dice do not tell what your character does, okay? You decide what your character does.
That's almost a shit your pants sort of a roll.
It is.
I shit my pants.
Alright.
I thought they were just colored brown. That's good to know.
I keep them brown so that I don't ever get caught doing it. Quick, bring me my brown pants.
Okay, so we've got Kyra, Valeros, Mariziel, Ezran, and the Undead all have rolled. Kyra, you are first to act. There is a whole ton of these things. Um, it kind of looks dangerous. I'm going to give you a heads up here. If you and the rest of the party wander into the room, probably you're going to get surrounded by them. If you stay in the passage, you might be able to siphon them out one at a time. I'm going to give you that heads up because,
I was about to suggest that.
yeah.
Maybe we should pull
Yeah,
back
funnel.
into the tunnel.
How does that work with us there? Can we shuffle a little bit at like the start of combat, or
Um, I
is she
will
just there and
I
wait
will let
until?
you make like a step or two as these things come out, so you can reorient yourselves a little bit.
Also, am I still flat-footed?
No, I will take that away.
Because I was like, I don't want to die again
Yeah.
because of my
Um.
stupid AC.
Yeah. So that's good. We'll
Um,
we'll we'll keep that sort of.
is it one abreast or two abreast in the tunnel here?
It is one abreast, except for like here
Okay.
and around here, yeah. So it's
So I
mostly
was thinking, it looks like if he moves down one, Valeros, then the two of them should be able to reach here with their melee,
correct. Yes, yeah.
and only one should be able to get here by the looks.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna begin the encounter. Kyra, a bunch of undead are coming out of the graves. How do you want to start this encounter? You can
Delay.
Raise shield.
raise shield, yeah, and yeah, because
There's
you're
also
two.
delay.
Oh,
Yeah, delay allows you to um just save your round till later.
Is it the whole round, or do you still raise shield and then you
It
save
would
your
be the
round?
whole round unless she readies, but ready will do her round now.
Okay. So do you want to ready an action, or do you want to just hold your action? One will move you, I think, in the initiative order. One will
Correct, yeah.
Which one should I do?
have you do that.
I
Do you want
think
to have your shield raised if they come in, or do you want to raise the shield after they engage?
Raise the shield before.
Okay.
okay.
So
So
it sounds like she wants to raise shield and then ready action.
what action would you like to ready?
Probably strike when they're within range. Action, yeah,
Okay.
because you can only ready one action, right?
Correct.
So she couldn't necessarily like disrupt undead
No.
too. Okay.
No.
Just want
But
to be sure I understand how it works.
yep, so yep, she readies a strike just in case one comes in range. And that is her turn. Valoros.
All right. Valoros is going to kneel so that the people behind him have an easier time. Um, and raise his shield and ready an attack.
Sure. Yep, you can do that. I so we have some undead now. So this skeleton guard. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Just looking. Where is his speed? Why can I not see that? Just looking in all the wrong places. That's fine. Oh, and I should also play. Does it say here? Yes, that one. So I can come here and I can play this one. Cool.
Such pleasant noises these are not.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to get to there, and it's going to trigger Kyra's attack and Valoros's attack. So Kyra was the first to trigger, so because she was the first to act. So Kyra, you may roll an attack against that one. 20 hits. You may roll damage. 4. Okay, let's see. And this is a scimitar. So you do hit it, but you notice that its bones are resilient against your slashing weapon, and it does not take any damage from your slashing attack.
Ew.
Which means Valoros,
No. No.
you get to have your readied attack as well.
All right. I did see that it took no damage though, right?
Right. You see the slashing weapon like pass through many of the holes in like because it's just bones, right? And it
Okay.
just yeah, so it just doesn't really do
With
anything to it.
that, I am going to ram into the skeleton and press him against the wall, essentially bashing him.
With what intention?
Uh, Shattering him against the wall. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna do it right away, but
So
if
your intention is to try to do blunt damage by smashing him instead of slashing at him?
Like
Is that
correct,
crouched.
I could also perform the Mornschlag, which I have a long sword, so I could just hold it by the blade and bash it around the guy's head.
Right. So what I reckon would be make an unarmed attack against it. I think that this is going to represent what you want to do the best. Okay. Do we hit? Yes, we do. So you may damage it.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you smash it up against the wall, and it just clatters to the ground, destroyed.
Yay. Kill for Valoros.
Val's just like, you're goddamn right. You stay down there. Please stay down there. Don't come up and hit me while I'm in the middle of something else. I pray to God.
So, what happens when undead are put to zero? They're not like killed, they're destroyed. They're just like they can't be raised again. It's they're gone forever.
Turn to dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
So this
All
might
is dust.
this might
All
give
is
you
dust.
some hope as this happens. So there's more skeletons, however. So
Val's
more
just like, I get it
skeletons.
now.
One,
I just
two,
need to not use my weapon
three.
ever.
So this gets to here,
I
and
will
then
say that is something I saw that looked cool that I saw you could do with Pathfinder that I didn't see in 5e was that you could actually make a brawler that actually could work.
Oh.
Valoros, this skeleton guard shoots a bow at you, shoots an arrow down the corridor, but misses. Then we have this one, which is going to be 25. Okay, cool. It's going to come up one, two. This one is going to shamble. It's a zombie shambler. It comes into your area. It will strike at you. It will miss you.
I am now immortal. And because I said that, I'm going to die next turn.
And we have more skeletons because reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is going to come to here. And is also going to shoot down the corridor towards you. Making a short bow attack. And it hits you, doing 2 points of damage, Valoros.
Reaction block.
I would, yeah. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. you just block the damage in that case. 1,
Yay.
2.
So does my shield not take the damage?
So your shield's hardness, it would take 2 points of damage, basically. Your shield would take 2.
Okay. For some
2.
reason, it's not applying when I click on it.
That's fine. We don't need to track that today. So this one will also move. Will also shoot at you because bows, and will miss.
Hell yeah.
Mariziel, lots of arrows get shot from the other room, but Valeros seems okay right now. He's got 1 arrow sticking out of him, but it didn't seem to go especially deep. What would you like to do? You have 1 zombie and a bunch of skeletons.
I'm pretty sure the zombie is going to be the only thing in range. Because the 2 options Maurizio has at the moment would be to get past an attack or just throw the dagger. The zombie also is not just bones. So
Correct.
we are going to try to hit the zombie by throwing our dagger.
Alrighty, go ahead and try. Oh yeah.
Right behind.
So you can roll critical. So you did. That's fine. Can
Press
you
the
critical button instead? Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that one.
Yep. So 8 points of piercing. It will take that 8 points of piercing as the dagger comes catapulting toward it and then lodges in deep into its body.
Nice throw there, Mary. Keep it up.
You've got 2 more actions.
Honestly, not sure whether she should be running ahead to put herself out in front
Ooh,
or just holding.
I'll throw this to you. Val's gonna go grab the short bow off my back. Just do it.
Yeah, you could grab the short bow from Valoros. If
Yep, okay.
let me find.
So, I mean, grabbing it in itself would be an action, which leaves me with 1 to fire.
Yeah. Uh,
Do you want to just pull it off his sheet?
it's all right. I'll get it. So you should now have a short bow attack. You'll need to just click on draw, but you're not spending an action to do that because the action was to take it off. Yeah, and then yeah, you can.
Well,
Oh, we don't have
closest.
ammo. Yeah, I have to give you ammo too. Arrow.
Arrows are kind of important for some strange reason.
No, really? Never would have guessed.
They're like tiny swords that you throw at high velocity.
I
I love that
am
descriptor.
going to give you 5 arrows because you've only like removed it from Valoros's back
So
here.
it's not going to have anything extra.
So arrow, you can make a strike with it. However,
Okay, aiming for the. Yeah, no, we're still going to go for the zombie because
sure,
he's closest.
Yeah, finish it off.
it'll be at -5.
Finish him.
Oh.
No. So, yep. Unfortunately, not enough, but good shot nevertheless. Ezrin.
What Watch yourself there, Val. I'm about to send frost right past you.
You what?
Chill out.
Ooh, that hits.
All right, and this is at what? So the zombie.
Yes.
All right, the zombie is going to take that damage and still be up somehow as frost clings to its rotten flesh.
I don't want to do it, but I don't see a way around it because we need it. So I'm going to spin my focus for the good of my friend.
Hooray!
Oh, another really solid hit there. Alright, so it will take 5 points of damage, somehow still clinging to its shambling form. This zombie is barely holding it together, but it is still somehow a menace. Alright, with that we go
Oh,
to...
I just wanted to give you the kill shot, Valros. That is all. You
Yes,
got this.
we go to
I
Kyra.
really need the morale.
Kyra, you are definitely in range to cast your Disrupt Undead on any skeleton or the zombie that is there. Any of
I would
those is
definitely do it
fine.
on one of the skeletons though, because this zombie
Is
is getting
really
close to
rough,
dead.
yeah.
Skeleton.
Yeah, which skeleton?
The one
One,
in the
two,
front.
three.
I'll attack the
That one?
skeleton in the front.
Nice.
So we do a cast Disrupt Undead.
And it needs a
Take this damage.
fortitude save. The one in the front. It's a fail, so you get to do your damage to it. Oh, and you describe how you kill it.
How do you kill the skeleton as you hit it with your holy light?
I close my eyes and bring my energy within and focus as the white ball of light comes in my hands and I put it out like Spider-Man put his web out and a bolt of light comes out.
That is awesome!
Val's like, yes, yes, fuck you, undead. Why is this the fight that we're doing the best in? I almost died to rats.
Very cool, Kyra. You've got one action left. You can't cast this again, but you
Yeah.
can raise your
So I would say
shield or...
raise shield again, so you keep that up.
Yeah, raise shield.
Perfect. Good job. Valeros.
I feel like he's my favorite.
Um, so as I say, I almost died to rats. I'm just gonna smack the zombie in front of me. Oh wait,
You do, actually, because it
okay.
does have a very low armor class. And with your slashing, just having a look, it does take less damage from you. However, this blow is enough to get through its resistance and to bring it down. So you can describe it.
So yeah, I'm like, I almost died to rats, and I just punch it in the face with my cross guard, and it goes straight through its eye. And I don't even pay attention as I'm like, but no, we're just doing fine against this goddamn skeletons. And these ones have bows, you said, correct?
Yes, they do.
Okay, in that case, I am going to do sudden charge.
Sure, you may.
Yeah. And hit that one. Hopefully. I don't know why I can't target them.
Are you clicking on the circles
The select
and then clicking
targets.
on your target?
mean by circle? Do you mean the token?
On the left, you have token control. You have a box that lets you select your token.
I
Below
didn't
that,
even see that. My bad. All right, never mind. I'm just a fool. All right, am I doing multiple attack penalty?
You sure are. You still hit. Which one? The left or the right?
This one.
Cool.
quick shortcut. You can double click, right click to target.
That's fine. It's right click, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, double right click.
Oh,
One
double
won't
right
do it,
click.
but if you tap it twice,
Thank you.
yeah. I just saw that,
all
so I
right.
thought it helped out.
All right, you
So,
smash it
I-
against the wall and it dies.
I'm
It's
like,
destroyed.
yeah, I just ram into it with my shield, and I'm just like, and then there was one.
Yeah, so much for a significant encounter.
Yeah, the
We're doing
rats
kinda
were
well.
worse than this.
You guys
We're
are
getting well. We are hitting more. We did miss a lot on that one.
doing real well. Good.
Rats were a warm up.
However, this guard does now have a chance to try to attack Valoros, and it is going to drop the bow and target you with its scimitar. It has to draw its scimitar, strike at you. Ooh, with 6 damage.
The
And
action block.
okay, yeah, you can block. So your shield takes 6. And what is the shield's hardness, please?
5.
Yeah. You should be able
So
to hit that on your actions list. You should see the reaction thing that should allow you to potentially try to have the auto tracking take place.
Well, it also has it on the attack itself, so
Oh, well, I should pay attention to that. You can click that.
and you take 1 damage basically, because one of the damage can just get through.
oh, so that's how hardness works. Dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then it tries to claw at you with its final attack. And misses.
No. It can eat a bag of dicks, thank you.
Mariciel, it is your turn. There is only one skeleton left.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
I was about to ask what the range on the short bow was, but I think that's
Plenty.
definitive now.
Plenty.
Yeah, I think it's at 30 right now, so if you move up 10 feet, you wouldn't have.
Oh no, there's no penalty. There's no penalty.
There's no
okay.
penalty with the short bow.
No, it's 60 feet.
Cool.
Yeah. You'd have to be like a massive area to do any penalty.
You'd have to be double the distance you are now. So that's cool.
However, you do not hit it.
Still miss. Oh well.
You have
I
more
suppose
Another
actions.
shot.
I've still got 2 more shots, so
You could, if you would like, yeah. It is at -5 for the second shot.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd do 3 because the next one would be at -10.
Yeah, well, you hit with this one, so you can do damage. 3. Okay, so even though you hit, your arrow just goes through one of the holes, through holes in the bones that are holding it together, and it does not take any damage because of the piercing quality. It has resistance to piercing damage.
on that case, I'll use the last action, and she's going to move up a little bit just in case.
Fair and reasonable.
Val just looks and goes, guys, just punch the skeletons. They're weak to fist.
I don't do punching, Val. You know
Maybe if you lifted, a weight higher than an egg every morning, you
I
could.
do. I lift my spell book every day.
You know
Wow.
what? That is true. That thing is like 50 pounds, you goddamn nerd.
Uh, with that, Ezrin, it is your turn to contribute to this.
I am going to surprise everyone. Are you ready?
No.
Frostbolt!
Oh my god. He
No
just
What?
keeps coming
way.
with the clapbacks. It's amazing.
Uh,
You said it shorter this time.
unfortunately, the frostbolt does slam into the crypt behind the skeleton rather than the skeleton itself.
That was unfortunate. I was trying to not hit you, Val.
I'm so sorry that I
No, I'm
inconvenienced
just
you.
saying it makes it so it's harder to hit them. That is why I missed. It's okay. It's good. You're doing
Maybe
great.
keep up with the kills, old man.
I almost just spit on my water.
I would like to recall knowledge on these fiends.
All right, you may roll.
Would occultism work? Or arcana?
Uh, these are undead, so it's more likely to be religion, but you could try one of those. It's just a higher
I'll
DC.
try religion for you. Not my strong suit, but that's alright.
Ooh! So, with your critical failure, um, Ezrin doesn't know that this is wrong,
Right.
right? Um, skeletons will revisit you in your nightmares for at least 3 nights after you kill them.
I'm going to keep that to myself. I have not successfully killed any of them.
Uh.
You're just like, oh no, Val, you're in for a bad time. Because you know, he's just
Exactly.
like, woo!
But that is what you believe will happen when you kill a skeleton.
Oh man. So yeah, Ezrin's very concerned for Val and the nightmares he's going to have the next time we sleep.
Perfect.
I need to make sure to get some sort of herbal tonic to make sure he stays asleep and maybe go mute for a temporary span because I do not wish to have that kind of waking.
All right, Kyra, you are up. The skeleton is in range of your disrupt undead. If you would like to use that again, if you would like to do something else, that is fine too.
Disrupt undead. Should I also raise my shield?
Nah, it depends if you kill him or not.
Oh.
If you kill him, it won't matter, right?
All right, let's see if we can make that basic fortitude
Val,
save.
Val, Val, Val!
Oh, it is a success, but it takes half damage from you. So you can
No!
still roll, and it will be half, and it dies still.
Yes!
Yes. So even though it resists
Yes!
the energy, it still is destroyed, and Valeros can declare that all of the undead that came out of the room are now in fact destroyed.
Val is just like, and I'm still standing, you fuckwits. And he steps on the bones.
You should write a song about that. I'm still standing.
uh,
Maybe. And now
At
I'm gonna
this,
start looking through the coffins.
all right.
I'm going to hand back the lovely short bow that I do almost nothing with.
And
All
there
right.
is a forgotten crypt. If you put your token next to it, you will be able to loot this forgotten crypt. And you'll see what is inside, which is a
Might I have
polished
the ever
shield
burning torch?
and an ever burning torch.
That's cool.
How about it?
It's a
Would you
tasty.
mind if I take that?
Nah, you go ahead.
Thank
Does
you.
anyone
I
want
want to
the
see
shield?
how that enchantment works.
Actually, actually, you might. No. Kai, what's your shield like? Because I think this is basically the same as my shield.
Yeah, her shield is the same too. It's a steel shield. Um, 5 hardness,
This is
20 HP.
useless.
It's worth a bit of money.
It's
I
worth
eat
money,
it.
and it is a backup.
Yeah, I'll put it in my pocket
All right.
where shields go.
Very good. And what XP are we on currently?
130.
We're currently at
130.
130.
You can take yourselves to 240, please.
240. You know that bar below your name there, Val? It keeps going up when we do these things.
Indeed.
Val is going to put his fist inside of Ez's mouth. Just leave it there.
Be quiet. All right. Having destroyed all of the undead and having looted their crypts, you are free to figure out what's next.
Val goes, all right. So now we're for sure not going to have anything try and get us from behind. So I guess the rest of the passageway is going to be fine.
That may be. I don't know that these beasts would have been the ones to break the wall down since they were walled off.
Yes,
Yeah,
they certainly came out of their crypts, so you don't think they were the ones that created the barricade. The plot thickens.
Actually, Val kind of muses to himself. That wasn't to keep people out. That was to keep them in. Which
Right.
means whatever we're dealing with is intelligent. Which means, oh God, it's you, Wes. You did it.
Nice logic.
I can't lift barrels. They're too heavy.
Oh, that's right. You're too much of a chicken shit. All right. What's this?
All right, so that's okay. We will. You will.
Usually they
My
call it a door.
My ADHD activated so hard. I'm like, oh, a button? Just press it.
You have to clamber up to this level, but yes, you can find
Oh.
the doors up here.
Do I have to roll for something?
No.
Like, okay.
No. So ancient door here creaks open on rusty hinges, revealing a ruined chamber. Mold and rot stain every surface. On the far side of the room is a stone statue of a giant squid, its tentacles reaching toward an altar in the center of the chamber. The scum covers almost everything, but it hasn't touched the silver bowl sitting atop the stone altar. The water in the bowl is perfectly clear.
That is suspicious. Be cautious. I know you want to try calamari, Val, but we need to be cautious with it.
I don't even know what the hell you're saying.
If Mauricio wants to go in and inspect the bowl without touching it,
That's fine. Then you just say that you want to do that. You can make a
that's
skill check in order to try and recall knowledge. It can be arcana, society, occult, nature, religion, whatever you think. Okay.
Really?
Ezran.
This is the second time you fucked up on the smartest thing.
Yeah.
Both of us are just awful at what we're supposed to do.
helps.
Ezran, you believe that laying eyes on this tentacled creature is going to haunt you for quite some time. You cannot get the vision of moving tentacles out of your brain, and you're pretty sure that at any moment that tentacled statue is going to come to life.
Be cautious, Val. not like this place.
I'm not sure Ez should be out of the nursing home just yet.
Honestly, yeah, I'm with
I'm
you.
not that old yet.
It's just some water. Look, and Val will pick up a little bit of it and sip it.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry, everybody.
No, you're not. You knew exactly what you were doing.
I
He did
need
exactly what he would see Val doing.
I need you to click on that fortitude save for me there, Valoros.
More like Valor was. Oh, yes, awesome.
Valor is.
You can heal for that many hit points.
Oh, ho, 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 ho,
Nice.
ho.
You
Val
feel
is like, go ahead.
you feel a surge of power as the power of the ocean surges through you. In the next hour, you can call upon the ocean's might to fortify you against harm.
I'm like, guys, it's not just water. It's awesome water. It's aiding me with power. It's power aid. Yes.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
I pour out whatever's in my
Uh,
water skin, and I'm gonna take what's left in of that bowl into my water skin.
You can't move the bowl, so your water skin is only gonna get so much of the water in there. But yes, you could put at least some more in your water skin.
He's just there like for 10 minutes, gently scooping what's left in it. And I'm like, thank you, octopus statue.
that is
For doing.
very disturbing.
Valoras, could you make me a religion check, please?
I could. Where is my just my general things? There it is. Okay. Religion. Plus 0.
Wow.
All
Make
right,
Ez look like a fucking idiot.
I mean, that water had some pretty good properties.
Yeah, right.
all right. So this is what you will remember as you sip this water. Okay. You go, oh, I remember this story from when I was just a kid and some traveling, like, cleric visited and they were talking about Gosra, the god of the wind and the waves, a timeless entity birthed from the first wind to stir the vast oceans. Gosra wanders the world in the air and the seas. Sailors drop boxes of cargo as offerings to avoid a fatal storm, hoping to please the wind and the waves, even though they know that such pleas are far more likely to go unnoticed. The deity's temperament is known to be fickle, and their fury swift, hurling bolts of lightning and dragging to the crushing depths those who dare befoul the natural world. Gosra is the sea that encapsulates the land and the wind that moves its surface, the birds that traverse the sky, and the clouds that shield them.
So yeah, I look at them and I say, guys, it's a really mean octopus that sometimes is kind of nice. All
Fair
right.
enough.
And I was like, come on, what are we doing standing around? What's that look on your face as? You look like you seen a ghost or something.
May have.
The shadows around the octopus begin to shift, and
Goodbye.
it scares Ezra away. Mariziel, are you staying in there on purpose? No. Okay.
No, no, I'm moving.
All right.
I'll drink some too.
Apparently, Kyra wants to try the water.
All right. Yeah, you can make a fortitude save for me, please, Kyra. I will pop up if you go up to
Yeah,
4 messages ago. Yeah.
the one that Valoros did.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's a good question. I'll tell you in a moment. All right, so you also will feel a surge of power as the ocean's might floods into you there, Kara. So,
I
boop.
I accidentally removed Ocean's Might. I'm sorry.
Did you?
I yeah, I right clicked on it because it said right click and then my head said for more information, but it said to remove, and I
There you
did
go.
dumb.
There you go. Cool. So, right. So, need to. You can hear some sounds. If you've got your sounds on, you'll start to hear those. Uh,
Oh, is it those little sharp tooth bastards?
this. So yeah, you'll hear some sounds coming from the next room before you get there. Um, you see. Let's so show these.
Yeah.
You see four lizard creatures or lizard-like creatures. Let me.
Oh, they're adorable.
Um. So it. This room looks like a storeroom for a building above. At the far side, you can make out what might have been a cage or a cell at some point, but it is now full of crates and barrels. Four lizard-like creatures the size of human children are clustered around the door to the cell, trying to pry it open. They have not noticed you.
Can Mariziel understand what they're saying, if they're saying anything at all?
Okay, let me have a look. They are speaking in common, so yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Hang on,
I'm
hang on, hang on, hang
I'm
on, hang on. Let me double check this, please. Languages. Actually, it doesn't have languages listed. So they're just mirroring to each other.
so she can't really understand what they're saying.
It's it's taking everything in me not to go. I want to adopt them.
What these gates or doors that they're trying to open,
Yep.
is there a space to see through into the cage?
Uh. Not enough for you to tell what's in there. Um, you
Would that change if I got closer?
Yes, they can see in because there's like a little window, but you can't see through the window, the barred window. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gesture to everyone else just to stay here. I'm going to go have a look very stealthily and see if there's anything else going on. And I
Hmm.
am a flea at this stage.
All right. So you can get to here stealthed for the moment, and then I'm going to talk to you for a sec. So if you come any further, right, you will then be in the room.
Yep.
And what this means is that if they have reason or just randomly turn around, even if you're hiding, there's nothing to hide in. You can move silently, but they're going to see you if they happen to move and turn. Um, so your stealth is only going to get you so
As
far.
far as the door, basically.
Yeah. Like I said, you can still move silently, but if they happen to turn around for any reason, if they stop trying to open the door or whatever else,
They're going to
you
be able to
they're
get
gonna
me
be able to
through.
see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Um,
yeah.
so in saying that from the door, do I get a better view of the room? Or is it much the same as from further back?
It looks like maybe a storeroom.
So
Much
there's no
more than that.
extra little corners or anything that I can see.
Like of this bigger room, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, of the one directly in front of us.
Um.
Or are they
So
all kind of at
you can sort of lean your head in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move you to here,
Okay.
and that way you should be able to like see the edges of the room.
Okay. So there's nothing else in the room. It's literally just
There
a
is a
pile of stuff.
door that you see there.
Okay.
So that's the only other thing of notice, and I'll take you back.
There's no other like lizard folky stuff
There's
or
no,
anything.
no. These
Okay.
are the only folk in there. They're clearly intent on opening the door. They have not noticed you. There is a door across the other side that you could potentially sneak, get everyone to sneak through, but you know how much they're going to be
Alright.
stealthy compared to you, you're not sure yet.
Before I go back, obviously I can hear the four that are there. Can I hear anything from inside the room they're trying to open?
No, the sound of them trying to break in and their jittering does, yeah,
Is
sort of drowns
okay.
out everything else.
All right. In that case, I am going to head back up. Let everyone know that all I can see is those four and a door and everything that you've just explained about the room.
Hmm. All right.
So,
Given that we're coming towards the hour, I will have the group respond to you, and we'll do a little bit of roleplay here with the intention of finishing up before we do any other actions, so that we can weigh in on how the session was, answer any questions you might have, because we need to be finishing up soonish. So let's just have you guys respond to what Mariziel has reported to you, with the intention of wrapping up here fairly soon.
So these strange lizard things are trying to get into a room. Interesting. It doesn't sound like it's theirs. We should teach
Us.
them that that is not proper manners and
You're right.
scold them properly.
We should take them back with us and start a little lizard school so we
farm.
can teach them and they can teach their kids.
They're not dogs. You can't have one as a pet.
They look just like a dog though. Like look at that. Look at that and you tell me it's not fucking adorable.
You could put a
It
leash
is
on it.
not. It's reptilian, not canine.
You are a heartless old man. You
Leash and
will
a
die
muzzle.
alone.
You
Oh,
always say
nice.
Fabian. You're always trying to take everything as your pet.
How big are they?
Maybe that's
Could we ride them?
no, you absolutely cannot ride them.
They look like they're
they're
small.
more liable to ride us.
Yes.
Okay,
Ah,
what if
see,
we
you could
just,
put one up on your shoulders.
what if we just kill like 3 of them, traumatize one, and then make it think that it's okay and give it Stockholm syndrome?
I don't know that the
Wow.
Stockholm syndrome approach would be appropriate. I do believe that has some negative intent with it and is not
Oh, well,
usually
everything's
seen.
negative with you, so I don't really see any option where I'm happy, but whatever. It's not like I'm ever
No, no, no. I
happy.
use cold energy, not negative.
Wow.
I just I'm sad now. Let's just kill him and be done with it, I guess.
All right. Um, is anyone else got an idea or like want to say anything to like leave this off?
I did say we could talk with them, not necessarily kill them. But Val,
You said
if
teach them a lesson.
Given
That
that
implies
they're
violence.
they're not talking in a
scold,
language that I can understand. I don't know if you guys can understand them, but I certainly can't. I
Yeah,
don't think
I
talking is going to be an answer.
I understand exactly what they're saying.
well, then we'll have Val talk with them. But if you want, we can pick up
Take
with
me
Val
home.
attempting
Let
to
me
talk with
be
them
a
next
little pet
time.
lizard.
If you want.
Yes. Yeah, that's the intention. So, before we finish up then, you guys know the situation as far as your characters are concerned. I'm gonna pop over to my starting screen here. So, uh, guys, thank you all for being here and for participating in the beginner's box today. Let's have a couple of words from each of you as to how your experience was and how you found today. So, who would like to speak first?
I'm happy to go first.
Sure.
I'd forgotten how much I missed this.
Yeah.
I know I'm rather quiet today, and I know Matt, you can and Diamond X, you can vouch for me being a little louder than usual at times, but I know I've been rather quiet today. Hopefully, because Mary is written up as a much more open and opinionated sort of character, so we'll get
Sure.
there. But I have definitely missed the whole, not even just the social interaction, just watching other people be these other characters. So I've really enjoyed, and I'm so glad that I was asked to come and join you guys.
Cool. It's been great to have you. So,
And I
Thrilled to
can't
have
wait
you.
to get to hear more of your voice. So
always good. All right. How have the rest of you found this?
I actually enjoyed it.
I'm glad.
Yay!
It's wonderful.
is
It
that
was
is that
easy
is that
enough.
is that Lady Dime?
Yep.
Yes.
What do I call you actually? Because I feel like that's very derivative. But if you're fine with it, I'll call you that. But if you have a different thing, you'd prefer to be referred to as.
I'm not creative. I was like, my Twitch name is DM Nick's wife because I'm like, whatever. I'm not really on here to. I'm here to support my husband. I love my husband.
Well,
So
thank
that's
you. Thank you for
That's
being
fair.
here and for trying it. And I'm glad that you had some degree of fun. And hopefully you'll come again and we'll see what lies further beneath. But it's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Matt, you remind me of like my favorite professor. If I had a favorite professor, that's what your voice is like. And
Okay.
Lady Vengeance, your voice is like, I hope I'm getting the last name right, but Emma Watson. And I know that's the wrong continent, but that's what
It
I picked
is, but I will take that compliment.
up.
an Aussie Watson.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
As for me, it's always
WC.
fun playing with you, Dime, and I feel like you and I branched out far more and got way more interaction than we're used to getting, but it really rolled off of each other well. I now am a Valez stan. That is my one true pairing. I will burn all other ships to the ground.
It was
Matt,
good
we need to
hearing
make this happen.
it was good hearing your banter with him. Someone needs to keep up with him.
Oh, we do it in yeah, Death of
Yes.
the Deities. We've done it quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
It's hilarious.
It's the
Indeed.
best.
All right. Well, and for you,
You did
DM.
great, Matt. Thank you.
All right.
You did great, Matt.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure to be here and to run this for you guys. There is plenty more. Based on how we are progressing, it will probably be 2 or 3 more sessions, maybe. You don't have to necessarily be at them all. We'll talk together in the coming weeks and figure out when the next session's going to be. We'll try to have everyone together that can be and wants to be. Otherwise, thank you all for being here and for taking some time out of your busy schedules. I've been Matt in a Hat, and I'm going to stop the stream, but I will check in with these guys and make sure that we've ticked all the boxes and done all of the right things. So I'm going to stop the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. While I see if there's anyone to raid to, do you guys have any questions? We are still live, by the way. I'm just gonna try and raid out.
Why
Yeah.
is the sky blue?
Okay, so basically it's blue because it is just reflecting the color
That
blue,
is
which actually means it's every color other than blue. but we just
it is
perceive it.
literally the question my 7-year-old asked me on the way to school yesterday. Mom, why is the sky blue? I said pretty much exactly the same thing you just did.
Yep.
But
Oh, good.
Matt asked for any questions. It's
Mm-hmm.
a
Oh,
question.
that's a good one. I've answered
Why
that one if I did.
does my foot itch whenever it rains?
Probably because you got a foot injury.
It wants to go outside.
Is that my cue?
I'm gonna believe the second one, even though I've gotten a nail stuck in my foot.
All right,
That's why you
so
do it.
I'm gonna have us to raid into CJ Hilljack here. Awesome, like homely feeling streamer doing some Sims. Good friend of mine, loves tabletop role playing games. So we're gonna pop into a raid, and then I'll stop the stream, and we'll come back next time. Thank you everybody for being here. Look after yourselves. I've been Matt in a Hat. From me to you. Good night.